Ah, hello everyone. It's been a while. How's everyone doing? Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful week so far. I'm a bit rusty. It's been a hot minute. I'm like, what am I doing? But Kizara, hello, hello. How are you? Zula, hello, hello. Wellpour, hello. How are you guys? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Not gonna lie, I didn't know that I really needed a vacation until I went on vacation. I'm like, oh, yeah, I kind of needed that. In all honesty, it's been a while since I actually like went somewhere and and not needing to think about things, which was nice. So that was a good part of it. Oh, hope you had a good week. Yeah, it was really good. Not gonna lie, I don't think my my Canadian body is used to the weather that I was in. It was brutal. In all honesty, it was nice but brutal. um but yeah, no, it was fun though. Um but yeah. So I went to Mexico with like my family. And you know, I'm like, oh yeah, I went last time, like a couple years back, it should be fine. But I forgot that when I went, it wasn't like in the middle of summer. You know? It's kind of like more of like the cooler time. So I wasn't dying. This time around we went when it was like smack dab in the middle of summer. So I was dying. Literally get off the plane and I was like already disgustingly uncomfortable. Oh, okay, well, that's nice. It must have been hot. Yeah, it was 40. I think it was 45 degrees. It was like high, like yeah, 40, 45, 46-ish the whole time I was there. How much is that in Fahrenheit? 113 Fahrenheit. So, my body's not used to that weather at all. I think the highest it's been in Canada so far for me was maybe like mid 20s. Let's say like, I think the highest was like 20, like 71 or 72 Fahrenheit. So jumping from that to like massive, yeah, a big jump in like weather and how hot it was. And it was humid too. Which was like, I'm not used to that. Because where I am, it's like dry heat. So it's like, it's hot. Yeah, it's hot. You can deal with it. But when it's like humid heat, you can't run from it. It was like brutal. But it was nice. It was. Not gonna lie, I want to say the first 3 days, I was literally dying. Because it was so hot. Like in the morning, it was pretty good until it hit like, I want to say 10 o'clock. By 10 o'clock, I literally did not want to be outside. Because the sun was already out and it was so hot. And it's like, there's only so many layers you can take off before you're like, I can't take any more off and I'm like still dying. But yeah, no, it was nice though. I kind of just dealt with it afterwards. I'm like, you know what? It's fine. I think my body got a little bit used to it, or I just kind of like powered through it. But yeah, no, the weather was really nice though. It was nice and sunny the whole time. We had some like gloomy days, but it wasn't too bad, which was nice because it would suck if I go on vacation and it was just like gloomy, like storming the whole time. But yeah, I do have pictures though. I feel like, because the thing is, we went to like an all-inclusive, so I didn't leave. I did not leave the resort at all. I just stayed there the full... How many days was I there? 8 days? Yeah, I just stayed there the whole time. I'm like, I'm not leaving because if I leave and go into like the city, I cannot go back to my hotel after like, you know, 5 minutes of being in the heat. But that's literally what I did the whole time when I was there. It's like, oh yeah, I'm out for an hour and I go back to my hotel room and lay there for like 3 hours and then go back out because the room was nice and AC'd and it was nice and cool. A real hermit being... Yeah, no, it was way too hot. It was way too hot to go out. And it kind of sucked too because I wanted to like go on the beach for most of it, but then the sand was too hot. By like 10 o'clock, the sand was like burning, so I couldn't even stand in the sand without like burning my feet. So yeah, I kind of stuck near the pool for most of it, which was nice, but at the same time, there was so many kids around. It's like I can't even like sit here and relax without getting splashed by some child deciding they want to cannonball into the pool. Normally I wouldn't do that, but with the heat, I understand. Yeah. And also because I went with like family and my mom didn't really want to go out. My mom was very much of like, nah, I'm comfortable just being here. I don't need to go out into the city because it's too hot and it's like just the stress of like trying to, you know, get places. She's like, yeah, no, I'm gonna stay in here. I'm like, okay, that sounds great. I like it. I don't need to plan anything then. But yeah, no, I definitely woke up really early every day though, because that was the only time that it was like bearable. Like it was still hot, but it wasn't too humid in the morning. So I was able to actually like enjoy the beach and everything. And it's also because my mom wakes up super early and I didn't want her to like, you know, go out by herself. So yeah, I think I woke up at like 6 o'clock every day, which is like, I don't know if that's a good vacation because it's like, shouldn't I be sleeping in? If I sleep in, then I'm literally can't enjoy the beach because it's too hot. But yeah, so I woke up really early in the morning. What did I do? Oh, I got pastries. I think I probably gained a lot of weight. Every morning, I just go downstairs, grab some pastries and some what was it? Some type of fruit juice of the day, and then just walk the beach with my mom for a good 2 hours. Depends on the person. My dad loves to wake up early on vacation. Yeah, no, my mom does that. And it's the creepy part is that she's like, she tries to be quiet and she likes showering in the morning and she just scares the living daylight out of me. Every time I go on vacation with my mom, she wakes up early, showers, but she doesn't turn on any lights, obviously, because everyone else is sleeping. But then she walks into the room with her hair still wet. And she's like, she looks like the Grudge. So I like turn around and she's just like, you know, floating through the room with her hair wet, trying to find things, and freaking scares the living daylights out of me. It happened like... Okay, it happened twice in the beginning because I wasn't expecting it. And then afterwards, I'm like, okay, that's probably her. Then it was fine afterwards. But yeah, no. The first 2 days, like, literally, I almost, like, bloody murder screamed. Because, yeah. She's just walking around with, like, wet hair. Floating around the room. Nai! Hello, hello. How are you, Nai? Walking on the beach sounds nice. Yeah, it was nice. Especially when there wasn't a lot of people. Because literally when I woke up around like, yeah, 6, got onto the beach around like 7-ish. There wasn't really anyone there. It was probably like 1 or 2 people, and they were like old people who were also walking the beach. So, yeah, it was really quiet, really cool, bearable. I can actually enjoy the beach and the water and whatnots. While playing the Halo remake. that released. Oh, Halo did a remake? I didn't even know. Is it fun though? Is it better? Is it better than the original? Oh. But yeah. Apparently a lot of things happened when I was gone. When I say a lot of things, I just meant like drama-wise in the VTuber community. I'm like, oh, this happened. These little things though. I think they were all indie things. But it's a nice thing to come back and be able to read drama. Because I literally didn't have my phone on me the whole time. Well, I did. I was taking pictures. But then that was about it. What else? What else did I want to say? Oh, when I was walking the beach with my mom, it's funny because my mom really likes walking in front of me. Like she's always like, I want to say 5 steps ahead of me. I don't know why. Because literally there's one strip of beach, you go from one end to the other end. I don't know why she can't just walk with me. So she's like probably 5 steps ahead of me. She's just walking, doing her thing. And all of a sudden, like she finds like a... I don't know what kind of crab it is. It's probably like a blue crab. It's like a fairly big crab on the beach. So then she's like, oh yeah, come over here, see this. I'm like, what is it? And then like I proceed to walk over to her and she flips it over to check if it's alive. I didn't even get to like actually look at it. Literally, I looked at it for 2 seconds and she picks it up and she just chucks it back into water. She like baseball throws it right back into the water. I'm like, wait, I wanted to take a picture of it before you threw it back in. She's like, well, and then my mom's like, oh, I just wanted to make sure that it was alive before I chucked it back into the ocean. I'm like, but my picture. So that was an interesting thing. That's the only time I saw anything like actually on the beach. But yeah, I didn't get to take a picture of it though. Because my mom was too like ready to save it. I'm like, wait, I need to show people this. I can't tell people the story without a picture because it could be that I'm lying about it. I forgot you love reading about drama. Of course. Let's be honest, that's the only time I get entertainment because my life is drama free. Which is a good thing because who wants to actually be in drama, but at the same time it's like there's nothing to read about. But yeah, that was a nice thing coming back to. Being able to read all these things that happened on the internet while I was gone. I'll be like, oh, so that's what happened. I see. Some things I like less, some I like more, but it's still a great game. Oh, that's good. As long as there's something that you enjoy about it. It always sucks it when they make a remake and like you don't really like any of it. And it's just kind of like, did you really need to remake it then at that point? But yeah, oh yeah, I should show you pictures. I think most of the pictures I took, let me double check. I think most of the pictures I took was just like the sunrise and the sunset. Because there's really not much you can really do. Most of the time, I was just kind of lounging near the pool and reading a book because there's really nothing else. And then, yeah. And then getting people to bring me like drinks. Drinks as in like fruit drinks. I made the mistake of asking for a drink without telling them not to put alcohol in it. And literally, I feel like they only put like 10% juice and 90% alcohol, and I almost died. Because it's like, I don't know what I'm drinking. Why is this so bitter? Obviously, you know that I don't really drink alcohol. So I'm just like, yeah, no. And I just put it back on the table. Let's see, what pictures do I have? Oh, I didn't really take a lot of pictures. Well, I took a lot, but then a lot of the pictures had people in it. Yeah, okay. All the pictures I took were like sunsets and sunrises. Which were really pretty, though. Nothing! Hello, hello, how are you? Welcome back! Yeah! I am back. It's been a while. It's like, do I know how to stream? Not gonna lie, I should have updated my computer before the stream because right now my computer is like nagging me. It's like, oh, you should update it. It's like, I'll do it after the stream. Hopefully nothing happens to the computer before that happens. Drunkstra? That's the thing. I haven't been. There's been a couple of times where I'm like, oh, can I get this drink without alcohol? And they forget that I asked for no alcohol. And they put it in. And I get like a surprise like shot of alcohol. I'm like, And I just put it to the side. Yeah. Maybe see, at the same time, I always think about it. While I was on my vacation, I'm like, this isn't really worth it in a sense that it's like I don't eat enough to like make use of like the buffets and whatnot, and I don't drink alcohol, so it's like all the money for this all-inclusive is like, you know, wasted because I'm not that type of person. But yeah, it's okay. I ate enough. That's all I can do. Oh, I had weapons from the later one and prequel missions, so I'm excited to get those. That's nice. One day Astra will become a wine mom. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of alcohol in general. I think it's because it's like it's always has like this weird like bitter aftertaste, and maybe I have a palate of a child. So I'm like, why do I want to drink something that's bitter and it's like not even good? Maybe I just haven't found the right one. But I'm like, I'll stick with like, you know, my sodas. My sodas and fruit juices are perfect. That's fine. You need to look for the mocktails specifically. Yeah, well, I've been drinking a lot of like the mojitos, like the virgin ones, because I do like the minty taste of it. But I don't know why. There was one time when I asked for one and it was hella bitter. And then it's like, I don't know if they put alcohol in it or if they just use very like, what is it? Like old, not old, but like mature, like mint leaves that were, you know, that were just really bitter, but it was really disgusting. That one drink. Oh, I had champagne recently and had to chase it down with water every sip. Yeah, I'm not, maybe it's because I was never into like the alcohol scene. Even when I became of age to drink, it wasn't really a thing that I was like, oh my god, I can drink now. I'm just like, oh, whatever. So maybe I wasn't like exposed to that kind of culture. That I'm just like, it's fine. I'll just drink my like, you know, my fruit juices. That's fine. That's why it's really awkward when I go to like company, what are they called, like company dinners and stuff for like, you know, Christmas and like New Year stuff. We haven't been doing those lately because my company's like, you know, being really cheap. But before, when they had that, I like, my coworkers are always like, oh, why don't you drink, you know, this wine? I'm like, oh no, it's okay, I'll just drink my Coke, it's fine. Like the awkward situation where they just look at you, it's like, what, you're not gonna drink alcohol? I'm like, yeah, nope, I'm good. Couldn't even finish it. Yeah, I don't, even with like, what is it, like beer, I can hardly even drink like half of a can because it's just like, yeah, no. Cocktails probably would be where we're at instead of drinking one of the types straight up. Yeah, maybe. But I think it's just, for me, it's just if it has like a hint of alcohol taste to it, I'm just like, yeah, nope. I don't want this anymore. I can drink a little if other people are, but it's never been my thing. That's the thing. I think it's like if like a friend offers me something, like I'll take a sip of it, but I wouldn't like drink the whole thing. And maybe it's also because like um I like get really red after drinking a little bit of it because of like my genetics. That it's also it's a little bit like too much. It's not too much, but it's like you get the question. It's like, oh, are you okay? It's like, yes, I'm okay. I only took a sip of it. I'm just really red because of my genetics. And no one wants to be red the whole time at like events and stuff. You know? So I'm just like, yeah, no, it's okay. Crow, hello, hello. How are you? How's it going? It's going good. My vacation was good. I was dying the whole time because it was way too hot. But besides, you know, dying of the heat, it was a fun vacation. It was a good one. Oh, I did get a tan though. Surprisingly, it's a pretty even tan. I didn't get too dark because I was under an umbrella the whole time. Which was nice. I can't say the same for like my family members because they were literally just like basking in the sun and you know getting potentially like 3rd-degree burns. But yeah, I'm like the lightest of the dark colors of my family that went. The alcohol taste reminds me of medicine and mouthwash. Probably doesn't help either. I can see how it's like medicine slash mouthwash, but it's for me it's just bitter. And it's just like, yeah, no. Anything that's associated with bitterness is not good in general. So I'm just like, yeah, no. Nope. A tan, well, I know, right? Surprisingly, I didn't get sunburnt. Because with like the sudden change in weather from where what I'm used to like all of a sudden subjecting my body to like extreme heat and sun, I'm surprised I didn't get like sunburnt, which was good. But yeah, it's a nice tan. It's kind of funny because the first day I went back to work, my coworkers were like, dang, you dark. I'm like, wow, thanks. I didn't know that you would notice. I haven't seen you for like a week and you can notice my darkness I see. The sun is a deadly laser. It is. Especially with like the weather being like what was it? Like 113 Fahrenheit? Like in humid weather. That it's like I'm not used to the humidity either. So I was like dying the whole time. She went down a single shade. Yeah, no, it's more than that. I feel like I went like... what's a good comparison? Like Polynesian? Like a Polynesian, like, tan color. Is that the right color I'm looking for? Yeah, around that color tone. Hispanic Astra reel. I'll get to work on it. Basically. But I feel like give it like a month and I'll go back to my pasty self again. You know? Hello. How are you? How are you doing? They can see the darkness on you, apparently. That's the first thing they say. It's hilarious because they don't even say hi. or like, how was your vacation? They look at me and it's like, dang, you're dark. I'm like, wow, thanks. That's a nice thing to say when I just came back. From translucent white to opaque white. That's pretty dark. Yeah, that shows how harsh the sun was, especially with me being in the shade the whole time, and I still got like pretty dark. I'm like, dang. And then you have like all of these people who are just like in the sand. I don't know how they're like sunbathing in the sand in like midday, because that sand was like burning. Like you can cook something on that sand at that time. And then you have all these people who are just like laying like shirtless on this hot sand. I'm like, how are you like not burnt? Like, how are you not in pain right now? I don't understand. The creatures. You came back tan. About time. I know, right? Surprisingly, I got pretty tan. I got a good tan out of that compared to when I'm in Canada. Bro, hello, how are you? Astra looks dark. Oh my god, I can't speak. I did get pretty dark. I think you're lying about the tan. No, I don't know how. Okay, the thing is that I notice that if I'm like in like really white light or like really natural light, like, you know, sunlight, you can see how dark I am. But when you're in like a more like subtle lighting, you can't really see the difference. But yeah, no, definitely in white light, you can totally see that I'm like at least like 5 shades darker. But yeah. Oh, I should probably show the pictures. I keep on getting distracted by just yapping away. It's been a while. What else do I want to talk about before we start this? Do I have anything interesting to talk about the plane ride going? Nope. Plane ride going was pretty good. There wasn't any like anything crazy happening on the plane. It might be because I left pretty early in the morning. Literally had to be on a flight at like what time? 5 o'clock? Something like that. So literally I think everybody was kind of dead. So it was a pretty chill flight going there. Coming back was like more stressful. In a sense that like trying to go through like the what is it? The Mexican border patrol, the border thingy was hectic in itself because there's like a lot of people trying to get out. And yeah, I had one of my siblings getting pulled to the side to get it like randomly checked. Was kind of funny for me because I was just staring at them on the sideline after, you know, after going through, while they have to be subjected to being swabbed and everything. I'm like, dang, couldn't be me right now. But yeah, no, the plane ride coming back was what was it? There was more turbulence, surprisingly. Like the whole flight going back home was like the plane was like shaking the whole time. I was low-key kind of worried. Because it's like I couldn't even get up to go to the washroom because it was shaking so bad. I'm like, I don't know if I want to go to the washroom now, because what if I go in there and literally, you know, bash my head and do something? Because I forgot how small the washrooms are on a plane. And I'm already like a pretty tiny person, and I think it's pretty claustrophobic. So I'm just thinking about like people who are like way taller and more with broader shoulders. I'm like, how do you get into this washroom and be like comfortable? Oh. Personally, Astra, I wouldn't let you through. They let me through. So I don't know what you're talking about. I was like the first one out of there. I'm like, sweet. And then I had to wait because everyone else was too slow. Of course you're carrying drugs. No, wasn't me. They didn't catch it on me, so it wasn't me. Should have took a chance. The seatbelt and there's seatbelt. There is no seatbelts in the toilet. I feel like that would be very questionable, but at the same time, do you even want to use a seatbelt in the toilet though? Because some people are disgusting. And it's like, yeah, no. I would rather not use the seatbelt if there was one in there. Oh, I just got back. What about Astra carrying drugs? No, I wasn't carrying anything. It wasn't me. I don't know what you're talking about. Planes aren't made for comfort. That is true. But I think at the same time, I'm glad that I'm on the smaller end. Like the smaller size. So even with like the normal like plane seats, I'm still fairly comfortable. Like, you know, sometimes you have like leg cramps because you sit in like an awkward position the whole time. But I'm glad that like I can still kind of like stretch out my legs a little bit. And like I have like room in between like the armrests and like where I'm sitting. So it's like not like, you know, I'm not squished, which is nice. But yeah, no, just for every time I think about it, for especially people who are like broader shoulders or like guys, because you know how guys are a little bit bigger, right? Or they're just bigger in general. Sometimes when you're so tall, I'm like, how do you sit in those normal seats? Because like I can like basically barely fit my feet under the seat in front of me. But these like people who are like 6 feet tall, how do you sit without like your legs like going up to like your like chest? You know? So I'm like, dang. Don't want to be one of those people. They're made to carry the max, which makes sense because right now, especially after like COVID, how like, you know, what is it? Airplane businesses? I don't know what it's called. But yeah, those things, they basically need to make up the money, which they're never gonna make up for what happened in COVID times. So it makes sense that they're trying to shove as many people into a plane as they can. We have to go that you know what? I guess you do you at the end of the day, you know? That's why you gotta be the first one to get to the toilet. Just yeah, but what if you have to go multiple times? What if your flight is like a super long flight? You know? It's like, what if you don't have to go in the beginning and then afterwards, like, no, everybody has used the toilet seatbelt. Now you're like, nah, no, I don't want to go in there no more. Sheriff Pumpkin, hello, hello, how are you? I'm doing well, I'm glad you're doing well. Planes used to be made more for comfort. Yeah, have you seen like the early days of like flight where they like offer so many things and the planes are so like spacious? It had like tables in between and everything. It's very much like a private jet but like commercialized for like the common folk, which was pretty crazy. And then it's like, you know, back then you can smoke on a plane and everything, and it's just like I still find it really funny that like airplanes still have to have like the no smoking what is it, the no smoking light on and stuff still, because I'm like, who in their right mind still thinks that they can smoke on a plane? It's like you can't even like smuggle in like a lighter. Like how you gonna smoke on this plane? Especially like when you go to the washroom and like there's actually like there's like the massive sticker that tells you can't smoke in the plane and in the washroom. Like you're gonna hotbox yourself in this like toilet because it's so small. If you smoke in there, you're literally just dying. I don't understand, but yeah, I find it really funny every time I see it. I'm like, all right. Not perfect, but better than today. You can yeah, you can smoke everything. Yeah, back then, which was crazy. But at the same time, back then, you know, I don't know if I would trust like the airplanes back in the day either. I feel like it would. Yeah, you're in like a death trap in general. Because business and first class is pricey. Yeah, I can never afford that. Every time you watch like the people who are flying to like Asia and they like have like the first class ones where it's like, oh yeah, you have a bed and everything. I'm like, dang, how much is this gonna cost you? I don't got the money for that. I'll just sit in like, you know, the peasant chair in the back for like, I don't know, 12 hours. It's fine. Airlines? Oh, yeah, I guess they're called airlines. But you know what I mean. You get used to it after the first year of tallness, I guess. But still, it's just like there are times where I'm like, I appreciate my stature as like a smaller individual. Only in like certain times, like being on flights and like confined spaces. All the other times it's like annoying because it's like I can't reach this thing. Why? Or you go to like an Airbnb. It's funny because this happened a couple of times when like I go with family and we rent an Airbnb, and clearly the Airbnb is meant for like normal sized Caucasians. So I can't even reach the shelves. I'm like, how can I reach this cupboard? Like, what is this? Does a giant live here? It's yeah, it's pretty bad. And then I'm like, I don't even want to think about Europe. Like, you know, how tall Europeans are. And it's like if I go to an Airbnb in Europe, I literally can't probably even reach like a towel rack, probably. But yeah. Not to even mention how volatile the airline industry has been since being complete. Yeah. Which like it also really sucks. It actually makes me think about I'm sorry, I keep on forgetting about the pictures. Here, let me just put it up here so we can actually see a picture while I like go on my tangents. Where is it? I have it somewhere here. Is it this one? Oh, yeah. This is like the first day. First day getting into my hotel. This is the view. Can you not see how hot it is already? Like, from this picture, I'm already like, I can feel the humidity of like, you know, how hot it was. Let me scoot myself over. It was really pretty though. I had a really nice view of the ocean. I'm not seeing any heat lines, so I don't know. Okay, well, it was hot. It looks gorgeous. So yeah, it was really pretty. Like if I sit in my hotel room and look through like the patio, the balcony, it looked really pretty. And then right when I opened the doors to the patio, not the patio, the balcony. My brain's not working right now. Like right when you walk out onto the balcony, you get hit with like this humid heat, and I'm like, yeah, nope, and I just walk back into the AC room. Like it was nice though. If you drew some and just start drawing all these heat lines. That's normal weather. I guess it might look like normal weather for people like on like coastal America, because you know Canadian weather never gets this hot to be like that. So it's like, Uh... Oh, I think there's like electric lighters. Of course, flights. The planes do. True. That's the thing. I wonder if you can bring an electric lighter. They probably won't really check it. I don't know. Would I ever try? No. But it's just like, some of the things that people like can actually bring onto a flight surprises me. It'll cost you 2 to 3 months of your salary. Yeah, not worth it. Not worth it at that point. Oh, I've seen this coastline during mine and Mrs. Hotel search. Yeah, okay, I went to Mexico. If for some of you guys who don't know where I went, it was close enough that it wasn't too far of a flight. I went to Puerto Vallarta. Sorry, my bad Spanish. But yeah, we went to like a smaller hotel area. So this whole beach area was exclusively for this hotel. So it was more of like a private beach area. So basically the only people who walk this beach are people who are going to this hotel. Which is nice because then it wasn't too crowded. But it was also because since it was like a smaller hotel, your food choices wasn't that great. Because I went to a different one in Cancun like years back. But it was like a really big hotel where it shared where it had like sister hotels right beside it, so like you had more options. So you can go to like, you know, the third hotel from yours and use their like go to their restaurants and stuff. But this one they only had like, how many restaurants did they have? 1, 2, 3. They only had like 5 restaurants. And yeah, the only good one the only good restaurant was like the Mexican restaurant, the grill, and like, yeah, that was the only 2 actually. The Asian restaurant was too salty. I think they oh, sorry, give me 1 second. I'm getting a call right now. Okay, sorry, I'm back. My sister needed to ask me something. um, what was I saying? I don't remember now. Oh yeah. Welcome back. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, but it was like a smaller hotel that I went to. So yeah, the Asian restaurant wasn't the greatest. The only good thing about it is that they had sushi. So I can eat like, you know, raw fish. Which was probably not a good idea to eat raw fish in like a different country. Because the potential of getting food poisoning is probably, you know, 100%. But I didn't get any, so that is good. Oh, you can eat sushi? That's what I did. Okay, in all honesty, every time I went to the Asian restaurant, that's all I got was like just like the sashimi. Because that was the only good thing there. Because their fried rice was literally just a whole bunch of soy sauce. And it's just like, I don't know what I'm eating. It just tasted like salt. But yeah, so that's all I did. Good thing I didn't get sick on my trip, but it's questionable when I got home because my stomach is still feeling a little bit weird since I got back. But you know, it's slowly getting better. It hasn't gotten to the point where I couldn't go to work. So I can still go to work, but my stomach is feeling a little So, yeah. Coming back was like a different story, but that's fine. As long as I had fun on my vacation, coming back to a stomach ache is fine. It's okay. I'll deal with it. Oh, it was 35 a couple of weeks ago. Probably explains your small time. No. It was 40. It was 45 degrees Celsius. The whole time I was in Mexico, which is like 113 degrees Fahrenheit. The whole time it was around there or hotter. And you have to also put in that it was humid. So I was just like dying the whole time because it was too hot. And literally it got to a point where it's like, I cannot physically take off any more like clothing or else, you know, I was like dying. It was bad. Welcome to my world. I know. I don't know how you guys deal with that. My poor Canadian body was like suffering the whole time. If Jesus doesn't answer in chat, that means he's... Yeah, no, it was really hot. I think even now it's like really hot over there. This is asked because she's worried you're gonna stay this brown forever. Don't worry, I'll get lighter later. Did you eat lobster? Mari, hello, how are you? Did I eat lobster? No, because you have to pay extra for that. I don't know why, but apparently eating lobster will have to cost me like an extra 300 American dollars for a lobster. So I'm like, yeah, no, I don't want this lobster that bad. Why? It's $300 just for a lobster, and I'm like, what if you make it too salty? That would be really sad. So expensive. Yeah, I don't know why it's so expensive. Okay, maybe it's because you're in like an all-inclusive resort, so maybe that's why. But yeah, no, like you can get like, what is it? Like a T-bone steak or whatever? But that was also gonna cost you 200 American dollars for that. And I'm just like, yeah, no. I'll just stick with my normal steak. That is free. Yeah. It was actually pretty crazy, like the price like differences when you actually like convert it. I'm like, why? And also with my Canadian dollars, that's even more money. Oh. Not to dox myself, but we drive down there to eat lobster as not. Oh, not too bad. Resort prices. Yeah, resort prices are crazy. But I feel like, yeah, definitely if like you probably eat at like a normal restaurant that's not a resort like affiliated, it'll probably be cheaper and it'll probably taste pretty good. Especially, you know, if it's like coastal areas, you can get fresh seafood all the time, which is nice. Which I kind of like is like I'm kind of bummed about living in Canada or living where I am because I'm pretty much like landlocked. So I can't really get like super fresh seafood. I'm like, that sucks. Oh, there's a lot of smaller restaurants there that don't charge an arm and a leg, which makes sense. I didn't actually leave the resort though. The time I was there, I was just in the resort the whole time because it was way too hot. And okay, in all honesty, I was worried that if I stepped out of the resort, I was gonna die because I was gonna die of a heat stroke. Because at the resort, if I get too warm, I can just go back to my hotel and cool down in an AC room. But if I'm like walking down like the, you know, the downtown area or like wherever like the touristy area, there's nowhere for me to hide. And I would die. And I'm like, yeah, no, I don't want to chance it. Guys, start taking off your skin at that point. It was really bad. At that point, I was like contemplating like what to do with myself. Because I'm like, I can't just stay in my hotel room for the full like, I don't know, like 8 days that I was there. Or whatever, how many days. I keep on losing count. But yeah. So I'm like, I have to go out. But it's just like every day was like brutal. With how hot it was. 40 plus is too much for me. It really gets that hot where I am. Yeah, no. It never gets that hot. For me, where I am in Canada, like the hottest it would be probably... I want to say on the hottest day, it might be probably 92 degrees Fahrenheit or like 33 degrees Celsius. That's the hottest and I'm already dying. So going somewhere like even hotter than that, I'm just like, no. And I don't know why. Maybe it's the resort that I was at. Every time I asked for like water, it was never like ice cold. It was like kind of like it was cold, but it's like they put it in the fridge for probably 5 minutes and they took it out again. So it wasn't like refreshingly cold. Which kind of bummed me out because I was like so hot the whole time. And every time I asked for drinks, it was always like that temperature of water. Room temp water, like it was colder than room temp. Like, you know that they tried to cool it in some sort, but it wasn't like ice cold, like water. And it was just not, it wasn't helping at all, is what it was. It might have been beautiful, but I really don't know how people can visit, these equator countries during, yeah, no. Like, I forgot how hot it would be when you go when it's like, you know, in the middle of summer. Because last time I went was like kind of in like the cooler season and it was still really hot from what I remember, but I wasn't dying. You know, I couldn't actually go out and enjoy the beaches and whatever. This time around, it's like, yeah, no. Ice melted on the way to your tail. I don't know, but every time I ask for like a drink of any sort, when it gets to me, it's just kind of like, you know, slightly cold. And I'm just like, this isn't helping. And then it's like such a stark difference because right when I got back to Canada, I went out to eat dinner because we got back pretty late. And then it's like I just asked for water and it was like so cold. I'm like, oh my god, I missed this already. Like, what? Why didn't I get this when I was on vacation? Yeah, it's just kind of like, oh wow, things that you take for granted. ice cold water. At least it's pretty. Here in Texas, it hits 100. Oof. Oh. Ooh, yeah, no. Well, especially right now, it's probably pretty bad for everyone because isn't it like a major heat wave? I don't know, like for me right now, it is really warm where I am. But coming back from like, a vacation that's super hot, my weather is actually doable at the moment. Which is hilarious because if I didn't go on vacation, I would be complaining about how hot it is. But like, since I got back, I'm like, oh yeah, this is fine. Like I am warm, but I'm not uncomfortably warm because it's not humid hot where I live. But it's also because it's like smoky. We've been getting a lot of smoke from forest fires in like the East Coast, I think. I think the East Coast of Canada is burning. I think northern Canada is burning. Everywhere is burning. But yeah, we're just getting a lot of smoke. Canadians remember that summer exists in other countries. Basically, we forget that it actually gets to like, that kind of scorching weather. Heat wave and rain. Make it stop. I know. It's kind of... Okay, when that happens, you kind of know that, like, yeah, global warming is a thing. Maybe we should do something about it, and then we don't, and then we just complain about how hot it is. Speaking of smoke. Oh yeah. Okay, no, speaking of smoke. It's funny, I come back and all of my YouTube feed is, I don't know why, but it's Americans complaining about how Canadians are like sending smoke over to them and like, telling us to stop. I'm like, you're telling Canadians to try to control Mother Nature and the wind? Yeah, we can totally do that. Let me just call up Mother Nature and tell her to, send the wind the other way. I thought that was kind of funny. There were some people saying that, oh my god, Canada is choking us. Canada, stop. I'm like, you know what? We most likely don't want to choke you. Not like we have a choice, We are kind of choking ourselves too at this moment in time. But Canada, after my lunch, you gotta control your fires. You know what? You're telling us to control Mother Nature. That is not possible. That's right. You gotta get the weather under control. I know. Let me just call up, Mother Nature. Sign a petition to her saying, like, yeah, you gotta like tone it down a little bit with the fire and the smoke. Do something about it. If you're gonna smoke out the US, at least send it to the northeast coast. It's stupid, I know, especially since the west coast is sending smoke up to Canada. Yeah, I don't know. But at the same time, it's like some people, it's like, do you not understand how like wind currents work? It's like, yeah, we can't really control that, The wind goes where it wants to go. Why doesn't Canada do something about it? We try. But there's only so much you can do. It's like, have you tried to control a raging fire? Yeah, no, not possible. Jesus, hello, how are you? I was genuinely thinking about how our world is being destroyed because of the greed of a few thousand people earlier. Yeah, it gets pretty dark when you think about it. I get those thoughts here and there too, and it's just like, dang. Maybe I shouldn't think about this at this moment. He's alive! I know! You're alive! Jesus. Hopefully the weather in Mexico is not as bad anymore. Because when I was there, I was dying. Thoughts randomly came to me and I got mad. Also, hi, Astra in chat. Yeah, hello, hello. How are you? Speaking of, did you see the new Pyro design? No, I didn't. I was busy reading all this drama that was happening in the VTuber world that I didn't catch anything else. And all this drama is just indie VTubers beefing with each other. Let me see. Wait, is it this picture? Their new outfits? Wait. Oh, that's... I don't think this is the right picture. Oh, did you? Sweet. Let me see it. Let me look. Let me look. Oh my god. Wait. Oh, Mithras looks really pretty. So, ooh, that white, that color code is nice. Oh, this is really pretty. I do like this design. Astro was in Mexico looking for you. I was not. I was on vacation, okay? Don't make it sound like I'm like, you know, some crazy stalker. Lucky! Hello, hello, how are you? Welcome back. Thank you. Where in Mexico did you go, Astra? I went to Puerto Vallarta. Sorry, my Spanish is not good. But yeah, I went there for a week and a bit. Very hot. Almost died. Ooh, oh. Lucky! Thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, thank you. She wasn't gonna find me then? Yeah, no, I wasn't planning to. Alright? There was something I wanted to say. I forgot. I cannot forget. I'm jumping through so many different like thought processes in my brain. Just like, what was I gonna talk about? Mithra looks very icy in that design. Yeah, it looks so pretty though. She looks like she looks very intimidating. Which is like, yeah, there's something about like that green and white in that kind of color tone just makes it look really pretty. But you are a crazy stalker. I am not. I don't know what you're talking about. You just didn't succeed. Hearing her breathe close to the mic is a bit hilarious. Oh, sorry. I need to relearn how to stream again. Sometimes I get way too close to the mic. I apologize. 34 months is wild. I know. Can you believe it? In all honesty, I'm like surprised in general that some of you guys have like memberships since the beginning. I'm like, oh my goodness. Has it already been that long? Mithra's outfit covers her thighs. But what's even the point? Maybe they'll give you the options afterwards to uncover them. No, keep breathing closer. I'm like, no, I'll keep myself far away. I should probably go to the next picture. I don't even remember what. I think the next picture is also another beach picture from the from the balcony. Is it? Oh yeah, it's just a farther zoomed out one. As you can see, I did not leave. Oh, this was at the restaurant. There was like this is the grill restaurant where they had the steaks and whatnot. This view is really pretty though. But it was also opened, so there was like no AC and I was dying because it was so hot. That's like the reoccurring theme. Oh wait, is this too high up? I don't know. Where's this picture? Oh no, it's fine. Yeah, but it was like way too hot. So I was like trying to enjoy eating my like steak, but I was like literally like dying of the heat. I'm scared to redeem my members and seeing how ancient we are. Yeah. Well, when you think about it, it's like I've been doing this for a hot minute, which is like, dang, this is a lot of commitment in general. You're officially my longest membership in the last the last was third. No way. I feel very honored, but at the same time, it's like crazy how like how long you have been a member for, Lucky. It's like mind blowing in a sense that I'm like I can't wrap my head around it. Wait, it's almost been yeah, can you believe it? Literally, it's like what next year will be like my 5th year? And literally, I'm like literally a grandma in like VTuber years at that point. It's like, wow, I'm old. Oh my god, 35 months, nothing. Next month is, I know, can you believe it? I haven't even thought of what to do. Oh dear. It's been a long time. It has been a really long time. And it's like, and it's funny because it doesn't feel like it. It feels like it was only yesterday that like memberships was opened and whatnot. So it's like, dang. Almost 2, Zula. I know, it's crazy. Extra is real. I know. At this point, you know, I'm gonna start aging in real time on stream. She can't take the heat. No, I can't. It was brutal. I don't know how anybody can survive. Like, just like trying to do like everyday tasks, going outside and doing things. I don't know how you can do that in that kind of heat and humidity. Like, you walk out and you're already like sticky and I'm like, ooh, I don't like this feeling. You aren't doing that already? What do you mean? What are you trying to say, Crow? Or not Crow. What are you trying to say, Lucky, huh? That's why they take naps during the midday, which makes sense because there's no way you can go out. In midday, it's so hot. Tune hot me, I see. Can you teach me how to stop aging? I want that secret too. I feel like if I crack the code to that, I'll be rich. Think about how many rich old people I can con into, you know, buying into it. I'll be like a trillionaire by then, you know? Just gotta con all the old rich people. That's how you can get rich quick. Part of that is the sea salt from the ocean in the air too, and the sand. Mixing up your viewers? No, it's because I was reading that and then Crow's name was right under it. You gotta give me a couple more streams to get used to streaming again, okay? But yeah, no. Yeah, the heat, and it's like even okay. It's a funny thing because I don't know if it's just I haven't been to the ocean in a while, But going into the water, like going into like the ocean area, the water was like saltier than I was um expecting it to be. Maybe because the last time I went to like the Canadian like west coast, it didn't seem as salty. But yeah, no. The only reason why I say that is because I was like, oh yeah, I can just go into the water a little bit more. But then the waves were like crazy. Oh yeah, I couldn't go into the water the whole time I was there because the waves were like deadly. Literally, I got smacked in the face like several times. That's how I was able to taste the salt water, because literally I didn't want to. But the waves was like, no, you should. So that's what happened. But yeah, I feel like it's saltier than the Canadian upper portion of it. I don't know. It might be just a me thing, in all honesty. It could be a me thing. People in Mexico take naps in midday, do they? I don't know. I know that in Asia they do that. Some parts of Southeast Asia, they take naps in the afternoon. From my knowledge. I don't know if like Mexico does that. I feel like they should though, because there's no way you can be productive when it's so damn hot outside. I think you will have more people like dropping like flies than anything else. Con all the rich people and become an older rich person yourself. Ironic. I know, right? But you know, you don't feel as bad. This is how like I justify it, because it's like, you know, they're rich and they're old. They have already experienced what it is like to spend all this money in their younger age. They don't need to spend it when they're old. What do old people even spend their money on? It's fine. They can share it with me. My streamer hates us to the point we all just blur together in her mind. She doesn't care about— no. Don't put those words into my mouth. That is not true at all. Why you rage bait otherwise you'll become another trap. Yeah, that is true. This is how you become more memorable. Is you just rage bait me enough that I'm just like, ah, it's you again. I see who you are. I have no choice. She gets rage baited by me speaking the truth. No. I feel like you're lying all the time. That's basically what you said. Okay, I keep on losing the train of thought that I was gonna say before I get distracted again. Oh, okay, I remember. I was gonna say, like, I don't know, maybe it's a very Canadian thing, but I noticed while I was on this vacation that there are really rude people. Like, some of these people who were at this hotel were just so rude to like all the people working there. It's like, can you not be like a decent human being and just, you know, speak like a normal person and have basic, you know, courtesy? Because some of these people were like so rude. Okay, are we back? Hello. Are we back? Yes, we are back. I don't know what's going on. It must be the smoke. Let me double check. I feel like we are back. Yes, sort of. Okay, wait. Okay, I need to reopen this again. Okay. I think it might be like the smoke. Maybe the smoke is messing with my internet. But yeah, that never happened in a hot minute. But now we are back. Yes, I am not dead. I am back. Just gone too long. Her computer forgot how to work. Okay, not gonna lie, my computer has been yelling at me to update it. I was like, I'll update you after the stream. But who knows? It can't be that. Who knows? Maybe it's time for a new PC part. No, nothing. Don't say that. It's funny that you say that because I literally just bought the Switch 2. I haven't set it up or anything yet, but I literally, right when I got back from my vacation, I went and got one. So like, I can't afford a new part yet. Oh, nice. I know. Okay, not gonna lie, I wasn't expecting it to be so big. Why is it so big? I opened it, I'm like, why is the screen this size? It's huge. Someone got paid. It's not that I got paid. It's just that, you know, I'm like, well, I should buy this now or else I'm gonna forget and it's gonna be more expensive. Because I'll probably forget and then the price hike's gonna go. And now I'm like, darn it, should have bought it earlier. That is it now. So yeah, I forgot to talk about I was gonna talk about it when I set it up. I haven't had time to set it up yet. So it's just been sitting there in the box, just staring at me for the last couple of days. I got 1 month left before the price. Like, I know, it's like, it's kind of like crazy because it actually took, like, I couldn't actually get it in store. I actually had to order it online. Because, like, the couple of stores that I went to, they were all sold out of, like, the bundle pack. The one where, like, you can get, like, the free... Okay, it's not really free. But, like, you know, you can get it with, like, either... What is it? Donkey Kong, Pokepia, or... Mario Kart? Yeah, like, that bundle pack was sold out everywhere that I went. I actually had to order it online. So, that's why. Which was kind of crazy because I wasn't expecting that. Watch there's no price hike. You know what? If there was no price hike or it doesn't happen, would I be pissed? Not really, because you know, sooner or later I was gonna buy one. Would I have preferred to buy it later if there wasn't? Yes, but you know, sooner or later I would have to buy it. So I'm like, might as well get it now, I guess. Hey guys, long time no see. I got a Ferrari. I know, it's like basically saying that. I got a mini Ferrari, you know? Watch the AI bubble pops and everything gets cheaper again. You know what? I'm hoping that happens. Because I was looking at like memory cards for the Switch 2 and why the hell are they so expensive? I'm like, okay, yeah, no, not gonna buy one of those, I guess. Yeah, and then just I was gonna buy like extra like, yeah, memory cards. Not memory cards, but like SD cards and stuff. Or whatever they're called. No, not SD cards. The SSD cards and stuff. Because I was gonna my parents' computer needs more. I'm like, yeah, no, can't afford it right now. You guys just have to deal with whatever you have right now. My internet went down a bit, but I'm back. Kizaru! Welcome back. Don't worry, my internet also went out for a bit for some random reason. So, you know, we're on the same boat. Yeah, there won't be a price hike. There'll be two, I know. Instead of one, it'll be like, actually, we're just gonna jump the first one and then, you know, triple it. Oh, playing Pokepia and now it's more fun than I thought. Oh yeah, didn't they just have a new update too? Which is really cool. What else was I talking before my internet cut off? Oh yeah! People not opening doors or like holding doors open for you. Maybe it's a very Canadian thing, but like, yeah. Literally every person that walked in front of me didn't even bother like just holding the door open for me to go through. Or like just holding it so then, you know, you already opened it. Can, you know, just hold it open so I can put my hand there and walk through, you know? But no, literally they walk through and the door just closes. I'm like, whoa, okay. Well, thank you, I guess. No, that's also a Mexico thing. Tourists just sometimes don't have manners. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. But yeah, no. Basically, I can also tell where like you can tell which ones are Canadians and which ones aren't by the way that they order things too. Because I feel like every time I order, I'm always like, oh, can I have this? But then some people are like, oh, what do they say? Like, I don't know. There's another word. I don't remember what it is. Now that I think about it, I don't even remember how I order. No, I say, can I have? I usually, when I order things, I'm like, oh, can I have this and this and this? But then some people, when I hear them talk, they're just like, they're just very rude about ordering. Maybe it's just how they speak. But when I like pick up on it, I'm like, whoa, okay. Oh, probably give me, maybe it might be that. Yeah, because I was at the coffee shop, at the resort. And then, yeah, someone was just like, yeah, they were very, maybe it's not that they were rude, but the way they ordered, I was taken back by how they said it. I'm like, oh, okay. And it's just like, do people not say thank you? Because every time, like, you know, people hand me things, I say thank you. I probably overuse it a lot, but then it's just like, you know, when they do things for you, then you just have to say it. But yeah, I feel like a lot of people don't also say it too. Either give me or get. Yeah, it might be one of those. And I feel like it might be give me. But just the way they said it was very like, I was taken back by it. Mannerism is dead too. I think it might be just like how... I don't want to say culture, because it's not really a culture thing. It's just maybe just how people speak. Maybe. But yeah, there was like a lot of like things. I'm like, oh, maybe I'm the weird one here. Mannerism is are kind of lost art nowadays. Yeah. I practically say thank you every time the waiter comes by. No, that was me too. All trays. Yeah, no. I say that too. Literally, I feel like every time someone goes by the table, they like fill my water, I say thank you. They, you know, put my food down, I say thank you. They take away my plate, I say thank you. And I feel like the waiter and the hostess, every time they do that, they feel like they're obligated to say, oh yeah, you're welcome, no problem. And yeah, I think they got tired of saying that because they never said it at the end. Because like me and my family were at the restaurant for at least, I want to say, a good 2-ish hour just eating and chatting. And every time they took away plates and stuff, I would say thank you. And it got to the end of it where they just didn't say anything. They just nodded. They just smile and nod. I'm like, oh, okay. How's your food, sir? Thank you. No, it's funny because then it's like, yeah, how's your food? And I'm like, oh yeah, no, it's great. Thank you. And I just have to put it at the end of every sentence. And so I'm just like, smile, smile away for smile. Yeah, basically, it was like that. Yeah, and then sometimes it's like, I don't know why, but I think maybe sometimes when I speak a little bit too quick. And then sometimes when I'm asking for things, they're not really waiters, but like the people who walk around the pool asking like, oh, if you need anything to drink or anything, whatever. I don't know what they're called, but yeah, when I was asking one of them something, he told me to like repeat myself a couple of times. So I'm like, oh, am I speaking too quick? I might be speaking too quick, but he got it at the end. But it was interesting. So I'm like, oh, maybe I should not speak so quick. Yeah, it was a good experience though, you know, seeing how other people interact. I mean, English isn't their first. That is true too, but it's like sometimes for some of these ones, it's not that I expect them to know English fluently, but I feel like the ones where like you're always interacting with like tourists, that you would have like a basic English kind of thing. But I feel like some of them were like very much of like gestures. Like as long as I do a gesture, they would understand what I needed. I'm like, okay, that works too, you know? As long as, you know, we're on the same page somewhat, at the end of the day, it works for me. But yeah, sometimes I had to like repeat myself several times. I'm like, but it's also maybe because I was using the wrong word. You know? Maybe it was just like how I was trying to explain what I needed wasn't like the usual word that most people use. I don't know. But yeah. It just kind of opened my eyes to how some people interact with others, especially at hospitality things. I would never survive. Let's be honest, I would never be able to work at any like hotel or like restaurant place or have a position in one of those, because I feel like I would be, yeah, I will not be able to take that. You know, I feel like if someone yells at me and it's not my fault, I would be like, yeah, no, I quit. I do not get paid enough to be yelled at for no reason at all. Even if, you know, there is a reason to yell at me, you should not be yelling at me. You know? It's like, what the hell? But yeah, no. I don't think I'll survive. Swapping from thank you to F you in order to embody chaos neutral and keeping them on their toes. Yeah, and then you know what's gonna happen? They're gonna spit in your food is what's gonna happen. What were you saying? I don't know what I was saying. I think it was just normal things. But I think it was like I was speaking faster. Like I was speaking, I guess, quickly. That it was harder for them to like pick out like the words maybe. Because I understand like if you're not like a native speaker, if someone speaks a little bit like faster, it's hard for you to pick up the words. But yeah, no, it happened a couple of times. But it was like minor things. I had to repeat myself. I'm just like, oh, okay. In the hospitality industry, yeah, no, I would never survive. I give it props to people who are in that industry, because people are jerks. Especially people who think that they're entitled to like whatever, to be waited on and whatever. It's like, no, man. You are not one of those people, okay? Nah, don't quit. Smack them and get fired? Nah. That's... Yeah, no. I don't think I would have the guts to smack someone, in all honesty. I don't like confrontations in that form. That's why you swap after they come back. You check on your... True. And I get it. Yeah, no, it's kind of funny too. Because like... You assume that since I've been there for like at least like, you know, 8 days, They're always asking in Spanish, like, "Oh, how are you today?" And then I never pick it up, and I'm just like, and I just give them like the confused look, and then they still have to switch it to English. It happens all the time. You assume that I would pick it up by like the third day of like that's the first thing they ask, like, you know, say to you like in the morning, and I'm still like the stupid Westerner or that's like, huh? I do not speak Spanish. Please use English. But yeah, it happened all the time. And it's literally only like, how are you today? And I'm just like, just blankly staring at them. At least say hola. I don't. I say hello. I'm too... I think I'm too embarrassed to try to like speak a different language. Even if I know that it's like, you know, that's how you say it. I'm like too like embarrassed to like say it. So I just, you know, default to English. Default to English to say good morning. Literally, it might be a me thing too, because it was really awkward. Because it's like when I'm in like a elevator and someone comes in, you know, it's ingrained in me to say either like good morning if it's morning time, or like hello, or like whatever when they come in. But then I feel like they get like, they do a double take. It's like, is this girl talking to me right now? And it's just like, oh, I'm just saying hello to you in the elevator. I don't know. Maybe it's just people don't talk to each other these days. Or it could be a Canadian thing. I feel like Canadians are very much of like a small talk people. You know, walking across the street, you like, you know, cross paths with someone, you would say like hello to them or good morning or whatever. But yeah. Employee, good morning, Astra. Oh, that's fair. It can be awkward. I wish I had kept practicing Spanish. Yeah. Like, I feel like it would be like something good to know, especially when you know that a big portion of like the population speaks it. So at least wherever you go, someone will be able to talk with you. Like, French is a little bit different in Canada because like French is only really used in the eastern side of Canada. Like the west side of Canada, like everyone just defaults to English. Like no one's gonna randomly say something to you in French, like, and expect you to answer in French. But like in the east, like, you know, they kind of assume that you would know more of it. It's only 4 letters. I know, but then I get shy. And I just default to like hello, you know? You can't mess up hello because I say it all the time. Knowing Spanish is really useful because we Mexicans are everywhere and will help people out. Well, yeah, no, totally. Especially with like in the US too, right? In the US, how like a lot like, yeah, like Spanish is literally a predominant language in like most states. Except for like what, Hawaii? But Hawaii is a whole different story in itself. I feel like, yeah, it would be something useful to use, especially like I feel like Spanish is more used worldly too compared to French. Because what, French is only for like France and whatever French colonies that used to, yeah, the French colonies that they had in like Africa. But I feel like Spanish is spoken in more like countries in general. I will not say this. I feel like every time you're like, oh, say these, it either could be just a very normal thing or it could be something horrible. And I don't want to butcher it, you know? Parts of Africa speak French. Yeah, I know, like, I know that parts of Africa speaks French, but doesn't parts of Africa also speak, like, Spanish too? Because I feel like Africa is like very much like either a French colony or like a Spanish colony at that point, you know? And then you have like the European, like the English coming in afterwards and be like, okay, I kind of want this little section kind of thing. Hispanic people are the friendliest people in my experience. I feel like, yeah, they're very, I don't know, maybe it's because I was at the resort, so everybody is kind of like, they're kind of expected to have like, you know, customer service, whatever. But no, they were all really friendly in general. Even just like, you know, walking through the hallway, seeing one of the housekeepers, you know, you say hello to them and they're all smiling and whatnot. But I feel like it's a hotel thing. Oh, it means no way, dude. Just start randomly using that. The problem about learning Spanish is that you won't understand people from most Spanish speaking country. Like, really? Like, well, I know that like, so if like someone in Spain is, wait, does Spain speak Spanish? The Portuguese, or is Portuguese only spoken in Portugal? I feel like we had this conversation before. And I'm just like, yeah, no, I don't know. Oh, it actually does mean that, but it's super informal. Just like go up to some random person and say that and they'll do a double take. It's like, whoa, this girl is rude. Oh, Mexico, Chile, Argentina, Puerto Rico, Spanish is really different from each other. Really? But is it different as in like dialect? Or is it like completely different? Because I feel like it's the same with Chinese. Because like you have like the default like Mandarin, and then you have like branch off dialects of it, which is like you cannot understand what they're saying. Like you can pick out words, but not like a whole sentence, like having like a whole conversation with them. Dialects. Okay, no, that makes sense then. It's the same with like the Chinese language. But it's also hard because I don't speak Mandarin. I speak literally the lost Chinese language that is like going extinct. So I can't really say much. I can't really communicate with like most of China. So, yeah. Oh, Spanish is called Spanish because no, I know that, but it's just like I don't know. Like, is Spain Spanish like super different compared to like, you know, like Mexican Spanish, or is it like is like the Spain Spanish like the default Spanish that everybody will be able to understand? You know what I mean? Like, is there like a default Spanish that everyone will use that everybody who speaks Spanish will understand? Strawberries are called in most countries. Argentinians call them. I guess no. Yeah, no, that makes sense because it's also like it's kind of similar to just like where you are too. Because even parts of like Canada, there's certain things that like each like province will call it differently compared to others. And it's kind of like with like Canadian English and like American English. It's like certain words or certain things we would call it differently too. No one answer that question. Science major but fail history? No, it's not that. I just didn't want to offend anyone, but I might have offended someone by saying that. It was a genuine question, you know? Because I also heard that like someone who speaks Spanish will be able to like have a conversation with someone who speaks Portuguese because they share certain words, but like the whole language itself is different. Like you will be able to understand what they're trying to say, but you won't be able to like actually like word for word know what they're saying. You know, that's what I meant. You speak Cantonese? I do speak Cantonese. Maximili. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm totally butchering your name. But hello, welcome. Like, Berta means a type of sandwich in Mexico, but it means cake in some South American countries like Argentina. Oh, yeah, that must be really confusing too. It's like you want to order a sandwich, but they give you like a cake, and it's like, well, I'm not angry about that. Not the first thing I would want, but you know. Oh, my name's Max. Okay, that's easier for me to remember. But hello, Max. How are you? It's like English from the States versus English in the UK thing. Your best bet is probably learning the Mexican Spanish, preferably from the northern part. Oh. Okay. Will I ever learn it? No. I already struggle just trying to remember Chinese. You're telling me to learn another language? It's like, yeah, no. I can hardly even speak French. Actually, I can't even speak French. Let's be honest here. Technically, the default Spanish is Spain. Oh, really? I guess since they're the colonizers, I guess that makes sense. They would technically be the default. It's like how the UK English is the default English because they are also the colonizers. I gotcha. Got it. No, not to sound biased since that's my native Spanish, but it's the most neutral in sounds and pronunciation. As well, being good mix of speed and clarity. And yeah, we can, for the most part, make out what someone is saying in Portuguese. Yeah, that's what I remember someone saying in chat before. It might have been... Yeah, it might have also been you, Jesus. I don't remember. But I remember having this conversation before. Be like, oh, okay. I see. Skybreath, hello. How are you? It's okay. English is more important anyways. At this point, I feel like English is like... I can get away with using English most of the time. In most countries, you know, I feel like most countries has like a basic understanding of English. Like even if you use really simple words and use gestures, you can probably get by most of the time. But yeah, let's be honest, I feel like sometimes my English is also really bad. So I don't know what language I am like proficient enough in at this point. You might as well learn Japanese. At this point, maybe. I feel like Japanese would probably be... I know it probably won't be easier. But, you know, it'll be something that I might put more effort into. Because it'll be something that is more usable. As in, if I go to Japan, I can use it. Because I feel like I'll probably go to Japan more often than anything else. To just buy a whole bunch of like knickknacks every time I go to Japan, as in the only one time I went, because I haven't had time to actually plan going to Japan. But like last time I went, I bought so much garbage, as in all these cute little like figurines and little things. I don't know where to put them, but they're cute, and at that moment I'm like, oh, this is only like $2, it's fine. And then come home with like a whole suitcase full of like these little things. Um, colonizers is crazy. No, but it's true though. It is true. It's part of history. You can't erase history. Spain Spanish is not the best to learn since they conjugate verbs differently than everyone else. Oh, okay. And change some pronouns. Oh. I'm doing alright. I had a chilly, rainy day. How are you? I'm glad you're doing okay. I'm doing pretty good. It's been very smoky where I am right now with all the fire, like forest fires in the country. So it's been really smoky, but overall I'm doing pretty good. My vacation was good. Oh, okay. Next picture. I keep on forgetting. I'm like, I don't have that many pictures, but at the same time, this is taking forever to go through. But I think they're all about the same. They're all like, you know, sky pictures. Oh, this is the sunset, which is really pretty. I have a couple of these, but it's funny because every time I'm about to take a picture of it, the sun sets so damn quick. I don't know what's going on, but literally in the span of 10 minutes, the sun was already gone. That's why I have several of the sunset pictures, because every time I take a picture or I'm like about to take a picture, it's already gone. So yeah, so I have a couple of these. It is really pretty though. Proficient in Astra needs. I know, I should just create my own language. Sometimes it's an understatement. Oh, you're a Chilean user. Hello, hello. Oh, okay, not gonna lie. I'm like, I've always wanted to kind of go to... Is it Chile? In the sense that I want to go to Chile so then I can take the one boat to go to Antarctica. Because I think Chile's the only access point that you can go into Antarctica. So that's the reason why I want to like go to Chile one day, is to go to Antarctica. That's the first thing that comes into mind. But I think that it's like, it's really expensive to do like the visitor one. Because if you don't have the visitor pass, you have to be a researcher to be able to get entry into Antarctica. Which I'm like, this sucks. Too bad I'm not I don't have that type of degree to be a to become a researcher for the Canadian government to go down there. Fires, yeah, like parts of Canada are burning, but not near me, like in the eastern side of Canada. So all the smoke is like, you know, flying everywhere. Where's the rest of the pictures? They're there. I just slowly go through them, you know. What's the next one? Oh, that's not what I wanted. Nope. Okay. Why are you not changing now? Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah. And then this is like, you know, the coastal side. Have you ever seen the green flash of a sunset? There's a green flash? I have not. In all honesty, like, yeah, I have never seen that. Lately, the sunsets are just like a really red sun because of all the smoke. Lately, is what I've been seeing. You should chase the sunset. Yeah, just jump into the water and just try to swim to it and drown in the process. He wants to go to Antarctica to experience a Cold War. No, but it's like interesting. Because it's like literally, you know, it's literally a place that no one lives on. And then you can be like the only people who can say that, oh my god, like I have stepped foot on like a place where no person has ever really lived. You know? It's like experience. And to, you know, rub in people's faces like, well, have you been there? No, then shut it, you know? Go to the North Pole instead. It's funny because I have never been to the northern part of Canada. Like, I live in Canada, but I have never visited the northern side of it. Because it's way too expensive. And yeah, I think that's most of it. It's too expensive to go up there. And then the only time that you can really go and experience it is like the summertime. Wintertime, no one goes up there. Because literally there's nothing for you to do. Well, stay safe. Is it a man-made fire? No, it's more of just every year we just have forest fires in Canada. Because it gets really hot and really dry in the summer, and then it just happens. But it's all good. Don't worry about it. But yeah, I'll definitely stay safe. I'm taking care of my lungs by not going outside. Because it's been pretty like smoky. But it's like, but I also like the smell of it because it smells like campfires. Every time I go out in the morning, it's just like, oh, this smells like camping, which is nice. Just like, it's just super like smoky and, you know, gloomy. But besides that, it smells great. I don't sniff it all the time. She's interested in seeing penguins. That too. Penguins are cool. It would be cool to go to Antarctica once. Yeah, like just once to experience it, you know? Like, I don't want to go there all the time, but being able to go there once and just, you know, check that off of your bucket list and be like, yeah, I'm only one of a few people who have done that would be cool. There a woman made fire. It was Astra. No, it was not me. Don't say that. You know the government's listening everywhere. I might get a knock on my door and be like, ma'am, I heard that, you know, you're the reason why everyone's getting smoke in their lungs. I'm like, I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what you're talking about. Asher killed my lungs. No, it wasn't me. Smells like a box of cigarette. What the hell are you? No, it just smells like campfires. I don't know what kind of smoke you're sniffing, but the smoke that I'm smelling is just like campfire smoke. Slightly concerning answer. Good, I hope they'll put a stop to your end. I don't know what you're talking about. It wasn't me. Oh. What other picture I have? Oh, more beach pictures. Most of the beach pictures are either really early in the morning or really late at night because I can actually walk on the beach. But then by that time, the waves are too crazy, so I can't even go into the water. Because the waves are so big that I'm like, yeah, no. I'm gonna get swept away by the ocean and drown because I can't swim. I take pictures of it from a distance. Was there anything else interesting? Yeah, I didn't really do much. Basically, yeah, I just kind of sat, like, just kind of chilled near the pool the whole time on like the pool chairs and read my book. Did I get far in my book? No, because I get like I read a couple pages and it gets too warm. And I couldn't like focus on the book anymore. And then I just have to like do other things for a little bit and then I'll go back to it. But yeah. Or but salt water, you can't drown on salt water, I think. Or buy some floaties. Yeah. You would think that it would be fine, but if the water, you know, drags you into open water, how the hell am I gonna get back? I feel like I'm gonna get eaten by a shark, is what it is. Oh, okay, not about sharks, but there was like one morning where we were notified to be cautious while going into the water, like the ocean water, because there was, I don't know if it was a stingray or a manta ray. It was one of those ones. I couldn't really get a good look at it. Like you can see it swimming around like the water. I wasn't sure if it was a manta ray or a stingray because they both look kind of similar from like the back. But yeah, there were a couple of them in the water, so we couldn't go in there. But it was nice seeing it though. It's probably a stingray. Manta rays are harmless. Ah, okay, yeah. Then it was probably a stingray then. Because yeah, they did say to like, don't go into the water. If you go into the water, it's not their problem if you get hurt. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, not going in there. Don't worry about it. But yeah, you can see a couple of them. I think there was like four or five of them that were like kind of swimming near the coast, but not really. Like you can see their like a clear shape of them just swimming around. Yeah, but they were there for like a good portion of the day, so not a lot of people were in the water. Oh, manta rays are Dorito shaped. Stingrays are lace shape. Now let me Google that now. I'm like, I don't remember the shape of them now. Did it look like this one? No, I think it was a stingray. Because I don't remember it having like that kind of mouth area. So it must have been a stingray in the water. Or stingrays, more than one. But stingrays are harmless unless you bother them and they'll attack. Yeah, but that's why they told you not to go into the water. You don't want to get skewered by one of them. Like what happened to who was it? Steve Arwood or whatever. Didn't he get skewered by a stingray? Yeah, no one wants that. Especially in a foreign country. Steve Irwin. Oh, sorry. Yes. Astra would bother them? No, I would unintentionally accidentally get into their area and get like skewered, you know? But yeah, no. So that's what happened. I think that only happened like twice when I was there. Yeah, I think it was only twice, and then the rest of it was pretty good. Those are the only wild animals. Ooh, there was another. Okay, it wasn't a wild animal, but it scared the living daylights out of me. Because it's like, so every time, like every morning, we usually just get like housekeeping to just get new towels and stuff. So after like everyone's done using their towels, we just kind of throw it to the ground to like, you know, put it in a pile. And then it's just like, okay, we go downstairs, do our things. And then I just had to go back upstairs to grab something. And also to like wash my hands or whatever. I don't remember what I was doing. But yeah, so I go into the washroom, wash my hand, and I proceed to pick up one of the towels off the floor. And then this massive bug scurries out of the towel and latches to my leg. And obviously I'm like freaking out because this thing is on my leg. And I'm like trying to kick it off my leg, but this thing is like, it was adamant that it did not want to come off of my leg. It got to a point where I had to use the towel and flick it off my leg. And yeah, no, I was traumatized. I thought it was... I know that's a... No, it was huge. Like, the thing is like, I picked up the towel and I was proceeding to like wash my... like, dry my hands. And this bug just literally comes out of it and latches to my leg. Is it a roach? Okay, I thought it was a roach when I first saw it and like it was on my leg and I freaked out. And then my sister was out on the outside of the door because she's like, oh yeah, if you're just gonna go in to get something, I don't want to go into the room. So like after I kicked it off my leg or whatever, flicked it off my leg, it kind of scurried back under the towels. So I like run back out. I like run to the door, swing it open. I'm like freaking out with my sister. I'm like, oh my god, this bug just literally latched onto my leg, and now it's under the towels. Like I cannot, I cannot grab it. Like, you have to go in there and like grab it and get rid of it, because it's like, I have to sleep in this room tonight. I will not sleep in this room if this bug is still in this room. It was freaking huge. It was like the size, I want to say it was the size of a quarter. Yeah, but it was like, I was like mad panicking. I was already like, oh my god, like I have to wash my leg. Like, I don't know what was on this bug. So then my sister's like, oh, it can't be that bad, because I was describing it to her and she thought I was like exaggerating about the size, because like there's no way there's a bug the size of a quarter in there. So then she comes in and it's only me and her. So then she's like, okay, well, for me to see where this bug is, you have to slowly move the towels off of like the pile. And then I'm just like, but what if there's more than one? Like, what if it was a roach? And they say that if there's one roach, that means there's multiple roaches. What if there's like a whole colony under these towels right now? Like I was like low-key freaking out. And my sister's like, well, do you want me to get rid of that one you saw or not? So you have to move these towels so I can like, you know, use this cup that I have to like catch it. So it's like, you know, while she's trying to like tell me this and like hype me, you know, calm me down so I can move like this pile of towels one by one off the thing, I'm like mad freaking out, because I'm like, oh my god, like what if another one comes out and latches onto me again? So it's like I slowly move them one by one. Yeah, so I'm like slowly moving them one by one. And each one of them is okay, there's nothing under this one. Okay, that's fine. Put it into like a separate pile on the side. Move the next one. Okay, there's nothing under here. I'm like slowly doing this. And my sister's like, we literally have to go back downstairs. Can you hurry it up? Or else you're gonna be sleeping with this bug. So I'm like, okay, I'm like pick up my speed a little bit, like moving them. And at the end of it, the last towel I pick up, and the bug was there. It was just chilling under the last towel, not moving, just minding its own business. And my sister ends up like putting the cup over it, having like a paper and shimming it under it. And then she looked really close to it and she's like, oh yeah, no, it's not a roach. It was just a massive beetle. I'm like, what the frick? Why is this beetle so big? What the hell is wrong? What is in the water in Mexico? Why is this beetle like so massive? So then, yeah. So after my freak out, my sister brings it outside onto like the balcony and just kind of chucks it. I'm like, what the frick? Like, she didn't want to kill it. She's like, oh yeah, I don't want to kill it, you know, it's a living thing. And she proceeds to chuck it out onto the balcony. I'm like, okay, like where is it gonna go now? And she's like, I don't know, the bug's a bug, it'll do something. I'm like, okay, whatever. But yeah, that was like my mad freak out because of this massive bug latching to my leg. It latches to my leg. Yeah. Pulls the other one. After I had a girl moment, yeah, it was like really bad. It was a really big bug though. Like extra protein, no. That's massive. I have no idea what the size of a quarter is. Oh, sorry. I was trying to be like relatable, but I forgot that, you know, a quarter might not be relatable to most people. Wait, I'm wrong. Yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, it was the size of a quarter. I don't know, like, the actual, like, dimensions of the quarter. But yeah, it was that big. That's probably the thickness. The beetle wants to befriend. Yeah, no, I'm not befriending a beetle. No, thank you. But yeah, no, that was the only encounter with that bug. I haven't seen it the rest of my vacation. It happened literally on the second day. and low-key traumatized me. But yeah, there's that. But there was a lot of butterflies. Surprisingly, there was a lot of butterflies where I at the resort I was at, and it was really nice seeing them early in the morning. Just you know, taking my morning walk and then seeing a whole bunch of them just like, you know, doing their thing. What else? Was there something else with bugs? I don't remember. Oh yeah, and there wasn't any mosquitoes, which was nice. I was surprised, in all honesty. I was expecting more mosquitoes, but I guess it makes sense because you're near like the ocean, and like the only other body of water are like the pools, and the pools have like a whole bunch of chlorine in it, so they probably can't lay their eggs there. But yeah, I was surprised that I didn't get bitten by any mosquitoes. So that was a nice thing. I get to go outside and not like fend for my life. Not like in Canada. Every day I like fend for my life and try not to get bit by something. You could have adopted the beetle. No, no thank you. Back into your luggage. Okay, in all honesty, when I got back, I literally took out all my clothes in the garage. Like, I literally took all my clothes, put them in like a separate bag to bring it into the house, and just left my like luggage outside in my garage for like a day to make sure that there wasn't any like anything in it before I brought it back into the house. And I'm like, yeah, no, I don't want any of those in my house. No, thank you. I hate when the turns into a monk when it comes to bugs. You're not a pacifist front, bro. What? Was it finally acknowledged? No, I do not want him. He needs to get out of here. Watch the beetle is in your no. He is not. Even if he is, he's in my garage and he's not getting into the house. That's fine. Mosquitoes knew you weren't a good source of nutrient. You know what? I'm fine with that. If they can stay like that, that'll be perfect. Despicable. It's fine. I'm totally fine with that. If mosquitoes just don't like me and don't bite me, that's fine. Preferably, I would like it that no bugs bite me, and you know, they just find me as a horrible person. That's totally fine with me. I can be a horrible person to these mosquitoes and bugs. That's totally fine. What else? Yeah, all these pictures are just beach pictures. This was also in the morning time where there was literally no one. So I'm just like, oh, I can finally take a picture without random naked people in my picture, as in people without shirts. Because every time I try to take a nice scenery pic, you always have this one dude decide, oh, this is a perfect time to run on the beach, and then he gets into my photo. I'm like, I don't need you in my photo, dude. Get out of here. But yeah, that was the only time I can take pictures without random people in my picture. What other ones do I have? Oh, another one from my balcony. This is like sunset. Nice, cool weather. Naked and shirtless are not the same. Okay, fine, shirtless. Technically, they are. Shirtless is technically semi-naked. Guy with no shirt equals completely okay. Fine, fine. A shirtless individual in my picture. I thought people were out there letting it all. No, if they were, I don't think my mom would want to go on this vacation. I think she would never want to go on vacation anymore if we take her to one of those places. But at the same time, I would also not want to be at one of those places. Because it's like, what? No. Yeah, I don't understand that, like, you know, the nudist beaches and stuff. Oh, don't get me started with those, because last time I went down like a tangent about like how some parts of America they have a family friendly nudist beach. I'm like, there is nothing family friendly about a nudist beach. You do not mix adults and children all being naked at the same time. This is when you get freaks that go there. And it's just like, yeah, no, no, no. But I will stop my tangent on that. um it's called a nude beach, and Astra would never get although, yeah, basically, I would barricade myself inside the hotel, and I wouldn't even be able to look out my window. Over 1,000 Canadian dollars waste. Yeah, that would be the worst. I feel like by that point, I'll be like, I got conned. They lied to me. They said this was like a family-friendly beach, and you have all these naked people running around. It's like, no. Family-friendly nudist beach is what we in the business call a oxen. Yeah, like I don't understand. Like that surprised me because I went down. Okay, it's not really a rabbit hole, but I was watching this documentary about this one individual who has went through things as a child, living in a family of like predators. And then she was talking about how like back then her family always went to these privately owned beaches that were advertised as family friendly nudist beaches, that she went with her parents all the time. And then she just went down a rabbit hole of like saying like, yeah, that's where all the freaks go, you know. This is like a paradise for those people. I'm like, ooh. Yeah, it was it was a interesting documentary because I felt really bad for her. And then, you know, some people are just not meant to be parents, is what it kind of gives you a look into how horrible some people are. Don't give me these question marks. It was a very eye-opening documentary. It wasn't really a documentary. It was like kind of like a podcast. It was a podcast on YouTube, is what it is. So it was interesting listening to it. But yeah. That's what I learned. Apparently in the US, there are privately owned family-friendly beaches. Or like ones that are like advertised as like spas, but they're family-friendly spas. But the one condition is that everybody is nude. And it's just like, I don't know. Sure was eye-opening. I have to say it again. Why can you never go down wholesome rabbit holes? That crap is eye-opening to me. I ain't want to know that. No, but it's just like, now you know that there are basically privately owned nudist beaches that are advertised as family friendly. Like, who would have thought? Yeah, me either. Apparently one of them is still open. The one that she was talking about in this podcast apparently is still operating in the US somewhere. And they still do that, and I don't know how they're not getting shut down by the government, because it sounds really illegal, but apparently it's thriving, and it's just like, I don't know. But yeah, there's that. I went on a tangent. You gotta get a new YouTube algorithm? Why though? I'm learning interesting things. Because of capitalism. That is true. What was it? There was another thing that I recently saw on YouTube. But it's interesting. I'm learning new things. My YouTube algorithm is making me more knowledgeable of the world. You know? Actually, I just watched something recently. I don't remember what it is. Let me try to go through my history. to see what it is. Can I find it? Oh, yeah, this one was also another interesting. Stop. No. This one isn't as like crazy. It was just talking about how apparently in Tokyo or in Japan there are specific schools that are running to teach Korean students about North Korea. Like literally the school itself inside has a picture of the North Korean leaders, and they teach about the North Korean like anthem and stuff, which is like crazy. Because it's like, how is Japan letting these schools run? And like, you know, all this stuff. It seems really, you know, your security of your country seems like it's gonna be like whatever by it. But yeah, that's what I found interesting. Sponsored by North. Yeah, no, it actually is. They basically these schools, they get like government, they're not government grants, but they actually get money from the North Korea to keep them open. So I don't know how like Japan is letting it happen, but yeah, it's a thing. Astra model was moving at 8 times the speed. You know, you could have just watched a speed run or something, but why? I'm not learning anything in a speed run. They're interesting, but not as interesting as this. Is that all the pictures? No, I have more, but I think they're all just like sunsets and sunrises. Yeah, here's another one. Oh, this is a really pretty one. That is a really pretty picture. So there's another one. There's another one. Oh, the cactus or the cacti. They were amazing. I was okay. The whole time I was there, I was just like admiring all the plants, because obviously being such like a humid and like really like sunny place, plants grow differently there, you know? Like their palm trees and their cactuses are like huge. And I'm just like, oh my god, I kind of want a cactus tree. And then their cactuses were flowering. Oh, and then there's like a random banana tree on the resort property. It's kind of funny because we're just walking and all of a sudden Nistra and Nephew is like, oh my god, is that a banana? I'm like, no, there can't be a banana randomly here. And then there's like literally a banana tree just randomly there. She wants to take my flora away. No, actually I was admiring like the cactus, the cacti, and I'm just like, ooh, I kind of want one of these. I kind of want a tree like this at home. It looked really nice because the flowers were really pretty on it. But yeah, like random bananas. Actually, I don't know if these are bananas or plantains. I think they're bananas. I don't know. I have never seen, you know, I don't know if they are. I'm assuming they're bananas because I think plantains are bigger, right? So yeah. So there's just a random, you know, a bundle of bananas. A bunch of bananas, bundle of bananas, whatever you call it. So there's that. And then another one of the sunset. So pretty. Not gonna lie, when I got back to Canada, I literally missed like seeing like the sunsets and sunrises in Mexico. They are really pretty. And like the ocean in general. Wait, when you went to Mexico, was the orange filter on? No, this was the, I don't know, like, it was like this the whole time. I see an orange filter. No, it was there the whole time. I don't know. The sun was always that color, so I don't know what was going on. 'Cause I'm pretty sure that's not normal. Because I only see that kind of sun in Canada when we have smoke. And then it just changes the color of the sun, you know? So I'm like, it is really pretty. What else do I have? Another one, a zoomed up picture of the sun. Literally, you know how long I was standing there waiting? Because every time, like literally after I took this picture, the sun was gone. It was so fast. Oh, you didn't get the joke? I did not get the joke. I was trying to burn you. Oh, and then the tacos. These are shrimp. The shrimp tacos were really good. I ate a lot of these ones when I was there. Oh, she doesn't know about the yellow Mexican. I do not. I'm very much do not know what it is. But yeah, no, those tacos were great. I had a lot of those when I was there. Yeah, most of the time, the restaurant wise, I literally stayed with like only the Mexican restaurant and the grill restaurant. And the buffet. The buffet wasn't that good. Ooh, but then actually at the buffet, I was able to try, what was it? A cactus salad, which was really interesting. I don't know if I really liked it because it was kind of like, it wasn't slimy, but there was like a weird goop to it. That was like, I don't know if I like this texture. And it was like very, what's the word that I can describe eating like the cactus? It was very like, very plant tasty. It tasted very much like you're eating a plant. You know? I don't know how to describe it. It was, the taste of it was very, not earthy, but yeah, it just tasted like a plant. I don't know how to describe it, but it was interesting. But yeah, so I tried the cactus salad. Vegetable, yeah, it just tasted very much like green. I guess that's a word for it. That's essentially a joke. Oh, the most notable case is probably, yeah, I never watched it. Never watched Breaking Bad. You would assume that I would, since it's, you know, had chemistry in it, but yeah, I never got into it. Hollywood movies and shows always put a yellow filter when the characters all are in Mexico because it evokes a feeling of danger and insecurity. So, if the show suddenly looks yellow, oh, that's what you mean. I see. It tastes green. I don't know how to describe it because it's like, it's also very crunchy because it's like the cactus, they just kind of like cut it longwise in like really thin strips. So it's just like, it was crunchy, but it also had like this stickiness to it. You know how like when you eat okra, I don't know if anyone has tried okra before, but there's that texture to it, like that, not slimy, but like that texture to it. That's what the cactus salad had, which was interesting. I never knew green had a taste. I don't know how to describe it. It tasted very healthy. I guess that's another word. I know what you mean though. I actually like nopal. Yeah, is that what it's called? I don't know. They just described it as like cactus salad. I'm like, oh, this is interesting. I would probably never be able to eat this in Canada. So I got some of that. And yeah, it was very, yeah, interesting. Oh, the cactus pad. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, and they cut it in like really long strips. I'm personally fond of the blue flavor, but the green smell is kind of nice. Oh, okay, it's called, okay. But yeah, that one was really interesting. What else did I try that was really interesting? Oh, I also tried the what is it? The cactus fruit. They actually had that too, which was also very interesting because it was like, it was sweet, but not like too sweet. It was also very earthy. I don't know how to describe, but there was a lot of seeds in it. I was not expecting that many like seeds. It's like similar to like how guavas are, but the seeds were way bigger, and I didn't know, like, yeah, I wasn't really sure about the seeds because I'm like, do I just spit these out, or do I just eat it? Because for guavas, I just end up swallowing the seeds because I don't have time to like scoop it out or like whatever for it. But like, yeah. But for like the cactus fruit, it was like they kind of cut it in half and it's like this really big thing. I'm like, I don't know how to eat this. But I don't know. I took a bite of it and it was good. But yeah, there was a lot of seeds. The seeds were really big. I don't know if that's what it's called. They didn't even describe it. In the buffet, they didn't even have like a tag for what it was. I just saw it and I'm like, oh, this looks interesting. So I got it. No, it's not. Yeah. No, it's not a dragon fruit. I think it was actually... I feel like it was actually like a cactus flower. The prickly pear cactus? I think so. They didn't really have a tag for it. But I assume that's what it was. I googled a picture of a cactus fruit and it looks kind of like it. Let me Google. Yeah, it kind of looked like this, but it wasn't like... It wasn't like that reddish color. It was like kind of green. But I don't know if they just peeled off the outer layer of it. But yeah, it wasn't really red. But the inside does really look like that. I'm assuming it is like the prickly pear cactus fruit. But yeah, it was interesting. My mom didn't really like it. She thought it was... Yeah, she didn't really describe it. She just said she didn't like it. But I'm like, oh, this is pretty refreshing. And it was also something that I would not be able to eat in Canada. So I'm like, oh, yes, I shall try this too. So that's what I did. Yeah, there wasn't anything else that was like... foreign to me, I guess. Because everything else was like your typical, like, you know, buffet looking thing. You had a couple of like where are they? They had a lot of like quesadillas type of things where the person makes it for you and whatever. They had like a nacho station and stuff. Overall, it was mainly your typical buffet stuff. What else was there at the buffet that surprised me? It was mainly those two things. Everything else was like the same old, same old. The only thing that was foreign was you. Yeah, basically. That is also true. I feel like a good like 50% of the people there were foreign. Were foreign to the place. But surprisingly, there was a lot of there's a lot of people staying there that were from like different parts of like South America though. Which I was surprised because I'm like, oh, like I'm surprised they came up to like Mexico for vacation because I assumed that there would be more places down in South America for them to go. But yeah, it was interesting because they have like these like games and stuff at the resort where like, oh yeah, if you like win this game you get like a spa thing. And then every time like people like go up to like compete and stuff, they're always asking them, oh, where are you from? A lot of people were from the US. But then you also had like a big chunk of them that were from like South America. From what I remember. There's a couple that were from like other parts of Mexico, but a lot of them were from South America. You had a random person from Russia. And I just wondered why would you come so far? But I guess it makes sense because Russia, they just go from the other side. Not all the way around, just the side where Canada is. I'm like, okay, I guess that makes sense. Apparently there's some strong winds outside. So if I suddenly die, tell the police I was like, hey, I did not call the wind to do something to you. We established that Canada has no control where the wind blows the smoke. So I have no control over this wind that is outside your door, okay? Not me. Otherwise, just tell them she tried and failed. Because Eastern Europeans can also take a vacation. No, but I'm surprised that they wouldn't go to some part of Europe. You know? Because I feel like it's like a shorter flight than coming over to like, you know, North America side is what I thought. But maybe they were down there for like the World Cup. And then it's like, oh, might as well like drop by here for a vacation. Kind of thing. Yeah, might be the World Cup gave us some insane. Yeah, no, this is the same that happened in like Canada. In all honesty, I didn't even know the World Cup was being like held in Canada. This is like how much I know about the World Cup. I'm like, what? Canada's having a couple of them in like where was it, like Ontario and like Vancouver or something. I'm like, wait, when did this happen? When did we even put a bid in? Why did we win? So I was surprised about that too. That and Russian guy got a lot of money. Maybe I didn't question it, but yeah, it was just random because there's like just like this one random European that like popped up because everybody else is like, oh yeah, I'm from, you know, this part of the US, I'm from this part of Mexico, blah blah blah. And then you just have one person just says, I'm from Russia. Like, that's it, Russia. And I'm like, oh okay, hi. We've always been like then known to be a good tourist destination, but people rarely get to see anything from Mexico outside the news about the dangers and insecurity. Which makes sense because that's usually what the news always like talks about. So people from other countries post their experience in Mexico, gave us a massive PR boost. Which makes sense. Because that happened to like Canada too. Like, I see all these people posting these things about Canada. And it's just, I guess it's like you live here and you're just so used to it that you don't like, you know, think about it as much. But then when people start posting about it, you're just like, oh, okay, I guess that makes sense. People always see us through the yellow filter. Now they have cleared it. The PR has cleared people's vision of you guys, is what it is. But yeah, no. I get it. Because it's interesting because like, before I went on vacation, since the cup was still going on, Like my whole like YouTube feed were people like, you know, experiencing like the US or experiencing like Canada. And it's just like also opened my eyes to like how like other people see the country. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess that makes sense. But yeah, no, and it was kind of crazy because like when I was in Mexico, the finals, like the semi-finals were like happening. And yeah, like everybody was like, it was like crazy. Everybody, you can tell when like a game was on because it was so loud. Everybody was just cheering for their whatever team was fighting at the moment, and I'm just like lounging on this beach chair outside just minding my own business while everybody's just talking about the World Cup. I'm like, I don't know, I don't even know who's playing right now. What other pictures do I have? One more, another picture of the sunset. There's only so much I can take of pictures of, in all honesty. Oh, they're closer to the beach area. Oh, and then I took this picture because I was admiring that house on the top of this like cliff. Because I'm like, how much do you think it cost to build that house up there? And at the same time, it's like, would you rather have a house that has an amazing view of the seaside, or would you have a house closer to like the beach area, you know? Because yeah, you have like an amazing view and you don't have to deal with neighbors and stuff, but you're so far away from the beach, you know? So yeah, I was just like admiring that house up there and just like, you know, contemplating their thought process. There's a lot of videos of Europeans, Japanese, and Koreans were mind blown by the food. And yeah, which I thought was kind of weird. I'm like, oh, I guess the yellow school bus isn't like a European thing. Like, I never really thought about it because Canada has the yellow school buses too. So I'm like, what do you mean it's just a school bus? I don't understand. I'm like, oh, I guess that makes sense. But like, yeah, no, the portion sizes, surprisingly, I didn't really think about it as much. But when you see those videos, it's like, yeah, I guess American portion sizes are like really big. And it's just like, I still can't get over the size of the drinks though. Last time I was in the US, it's like, how is this a small? This is like a medium or a large in Canada. So I'm like, Oliver, hello, how are you? I was lurking since earlier, but hi, hello. How are you doing? No way I'm living that high. It's only matter of time before a landslide but think about it. If an earthquake happens, you won't be hit by the tsunami. You're like basically like, you know, good. And what if they built on like bedrock? Even if a landslide happens, they'll be fine because they're on like sturdy, like solid rock. I don't know if it is, but you know, I was just thinking about it. I do like the drink sizes because I'll be thirsty. But yeah, no, I'm surprised like how big the drinks are though. I just heard some thunder. Tell my family I have plum and law enforcement that. Yeah, I'm basically sending I'm sending like lightning and thunder down on you. How did you know? I'm coordinating with Mother Nature. I actually called her up and be like, you know, there's this person that lives around this area. Can you, you know, give them a little bit of rain and thunder and like chaos? Arrest our officer, you have no proof. You have no proof it's me. You can't arrest me on what charges? So Canadians do control Mother Nature. Shh, don't tell the other Americans about it. We're trying to, you know, play innocent and be like, we didn't send the smoke over to you. That's just, you know, Mother Nature. The Canadians have a weather machine. Yeah, it's just in the far north. It's like the North Pole where like Santa Claus is. So like you guys don't see it. We cover it up saying that it's where Santa lives. Is what it is. What else do I have? Oh, another one. I feel like that we're just like the same pictures. Oh, and another. This day was a little bit gloomier. Actually, this day was the best day because I can actually be outside and not die. Like it was, the weather was bearable compared to the other day because the sun was being covered by the clouds, so it was hot, but I wasn't like burning. So that was a nice day. I literally stayed out the whole day for once compared to literally all the other days. It's like I basically leave my hotel room at like, what is it, 6 o'clock, do my things, go back to the hotel for like a little bit, and then leave for the whole day from like, I want to say 9 to 3 o'clock. And when 3 o'clock hits, it's way too hot. And I go back into the hotel room for the rest of the day. Until like 6 o'clock at night. Maybe 6 or 7. I think it was around 7 because at 6 o'clock was still pretty hot. Yeah, and then by 7 o'clock I go out and like actually be able to, you know, do things. But then that day when it was like gloomy, I was actually out for like the whole day. What or what? I knew someone was gonna say that. That's why I'm like, oh darn it. Say it again. No, I refuse. See, now it's like, it's so hard to just say that without someone like, you know, bringing it up. Especially like Nepustra. Nepustra does that all the time. Open hands, no. He does that all the time. And it's just like, no. Stop that, child. Yeah, I've learned it though. I know. Now I can never say those two numbers together. And I feel like that's always the two numbers that I use. And it's just like, why? Why you gotta ruin it for me? Now I have to go with like, what, 7, 8. And it just doesn't sound right. Like what, 4 or 5 still doesn't sound right. No. What else do I have? Oh, and then this is a cactus. I was admiring this cactus tree because it was like, I don't know how tall it was. I feel like it was probably like 12 feet. No, it was more than 12 feet, but it was huge. And I was just admiring it because I'm like, oh my god, I kind of want one of these at home. It's impressive how often saying comes up in a casual. I know, right? It just flows better. But now they just ruin it, and now I just can't say it anymore. It's the perfect balance of a few, but not too many. No, not with the hands. Yeah, I was admiring this like cactus tree. I'm just like, ooh. There was also another one that was like way bigger and looked prettier. But then this was like the first one I took a picture of. Why? I don't remember. And I forgot to like backtrack and take a picture of the other one. Yeah, but then there's this one, and then there was another one that had a flower. Do I have? Yeah, this one. Like, look how pretty this flower is on this cactus. So yeah, I was just walking around like the resort, just admiring like the the cactuses and like the plants around. So I'm just like, oh, it would be nice if I can grow one of these guys in my house, but I can't. Oh, and then like behind it was like another, what is it, the cactus pad one? That one was really big too. That one was also like fruiting, which was interesting. But yeah. And it's funny because like every time we walk by these cactus trees, I had like this like intrusive thought every time, because every time we walk by, I always had like a sibling that was right beside me, close to the close to the cactus. And my intrusive thought every time we pass by is like, what if I pushed you into this cactus? What if you hugged this cactus? And just the whole time I was just like, maybe. And I never did it though, because you know, it would have been bad. But that intrusive thought was with me the whole time. Every time someone was walking right beside me and they were in the, you know, they were basically right in line with the cactus, I'm just like, I could slightly tip myself to the side and whoops. It's a light flower. It is. All the flowers I saw that were like that light yellowy color. There was a white one, but then by the time I wanted to take a picture of it, the next day it was gone. I don't think the flowers last that long. But yeah. A classic. I couldn't help it. It was just like an intrusive thought. Do it fix this one? Okay, there's that, and my mom would probably, you know, whoop me too at that point. Because she'll be like, why do you have to do that? You basically ruined the vacation. It's like, why? And I didn't want to start anything. So I'm just like, no, I'll just think about it in my head. I didn't even tell anyone about it. Average Astra impulse. I couldn't help it. It's just like the pathway and like where they planted these cactuses, there wasn't that big of like a gap between it, you know? So it's like, oh, and also the pathway was like cobblestoney and it was like uneven. So then my thought is like, you know, someone can potentially just like trip on something and fall sideways into a cactus, you know? It's just a thought. It could potentially happen. I'm a firm believer that you can't, that you try to push someone, that you trying to push someone will result in you bouncing back without moving them a single millimeter. Maybe. Why? I don't know. I can't help it. It's just a thought in my brain. It never happened though. Average Astra thought. Violence and murder. No, nothing happened. It was just a thought. And it's just every time we walk by, it's just, you know, it was just there. I'm 99% sure a drunk person would hug a cactus because it looked friendly. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if someone already did that, let's be honest. With all the alcohol that some of these people were drinking, I'm surprised they didn't get alcohol poisoning, in all honesty. You sound like that Sherlock movie. Discombobulated. Is it because you watch too much unwholesome content and you're dealing? No, it's not. It's not unwholesome. It's being more knowledgeable, you know. learning more about, you know, the world is what it is. Okay. I am learning, I am expanding my knowledge of the world is what it is. No more documentaries. Don't say that, Skybreath. That's one of my joys in life, is watching documentaries. You can't take that away from me. I won't have anything interesting to tell you guys from what I learned. If you take it away, what am I gonna tell you guys? And then you guys would miss out on all this knowledge. You don't want that now, do you? Chat, I regret to inform y'all that Astra is turning up the power of her weather machine, and now it's raining and thundering. Is roaring more often. I may not be. No. You just have to trust in your building. You just have to trust in the builder who built your building, okay? I'm just making sure that your building is up to standards. Okay, no, let me rephrase that. I'm not doing it. The weather is making sure that your building is up to standards, you know? You can watch documentaries, but useful information like no, it is historical information. You know? Every time I tell you guys about, like, you know, some crime, it is a historical information because it happened in the past. Be it maybe the past as in like a year ago, 6 months ago, but it's still technically the past. You know? I trust in my building because I'm built different. You'll be hearing from a law enforcement. No. I don't know what you're talking about. Not for me though. I might be gone, but no. You trust in the building. Remember, you're built differently. Cardboard house is powerful. You just have to believe, you know? If you believe hard enough, you are correct. Thankfully, Mexican houses are not made of paper like in the US. It's actually really interesting how like houses are built differently based on like where you live, which makes sense because, like, you know, weather conditions and stuff would build it differently. But just even in general, how like the houses in the US are slightly different than Canadian houses, which kind of fascinates me because we're so close yet like our house building is a little bit different. It's probably not that much different, but like, yeah, just based on like how our weather is and whatnot, there's like slight changes to it. I'm like, oh, interesting. And like how like houses in Europe are different because like, yeah, you know how like the Europeans, when they like post about, oh yeah, all these American things, and then when I go back home to Europe, it's like, why don't I have it? It's like how they don't have like AC built in, especially when they're going through like heat waves and stuff. It's just like, how do you not have that? And I didn't know ranch was like a hot commodity. Do they not have ranch in Europe? Like all of the shorts that I saw on YouTube are like people like, you know, people from Europe like, you know, going psycho over ranch. And I'm like, but it's just ranch. I don't get it. Paper house is somewhat okay. The way US houses are built generally makes me feel like I'm staying inside a DIY arts and craft project. It's made of sticks and paper mache, but it works though. But it's also because it's like, you know, okay, I can't say anything about the American houses, but Canadian houses, It's like that because like it needs to be breathable, you know? So then it's like, you know, when it's super cold, the condensation and stuff can pass through without it molding and whatnot. Is what I know. That's all I know about houses. Can't tell you much about it. My siblings can probably tell you more because they're more in that field of work. But from the small knowledge that I have is what it is. Ranch is, I don't know, like ranch is good, but I don't understand like, you know, people like going crazy over it. But I guess it's the same how like people don't understand why Canadians like ketchup. I guess that's the same concept. But yeah, that was something that I found interesting. And like, you know how like maybe it's just people from the UK, how they were talking about how like, you know, they were bringing all these different spices home because it's like, what, does UK not have spices in their food? I don't understand. Like, do they not have like half of these spices? That's why they're like taking a whole bunch back. Ranch is okay, ranch is good, but you know, I wouldn't put it on everything, you know? There's like extent of like what you can put it on. Especially on, oh, okay, no, I do agree. Like dipping your slice of pizza in ranch is pretty good. Chicken and ranch. I've never tried that. Have you tried chicken and ketchup? I think that's a me thing. That's a my family thing. Not a Canadian thing. It's a my family thing. I keep on forgetting that. That's not anyone else does that. Stop. No, it is really good though. It is really good, but it has to be Canadian ketchup, not American ketchup. There's a difference. Maybe it's because it's not really a rare encounter in Mexico. Maybe. Excuse me. Have you never had like wings with? No, I had wings with ranch, like, you know, whatever. But at home, when I eat chicken, it's usually with ketchup. Like, you know, when you go out and you get like buffalo wings and like all the assortments of wings, yeah, if they give me ranch, I'll, you know, dip it, but that's besides it. That's the only time. I don't know if I ever tried pizza and ranch. Yeah, I usually only do it with like pepperoni pizzas. And then, you know, you just kind of dip a little bit of it in the ranch. Not too much. Because it is a little bit overpowering. But it is a good, like, you know, flavor to it. You're hurting Canadians feel? No! You just have to try it. Girl, Africa, no, ketchup is... Canadian ketchup is different than American ketchup, okay? You just have to try it before you start, you know, saying it's not great. We need to region lock this conversation. ASAP. Popeye and KFC got ranch. Go get chicken and... No! I always dip my Popeyes and my KFC in ketchup. That's what I usually do. Or the gravy sometimes. But it's usually ketchup. Astra thinks wings are from Buffalo. No! But you know when you go to those places and you order the, like the buffalo wings and whatever. Blah blah blahs. Wait, you think wings are... No, but it's like... I was thinking more of like fried chicken is what I was thinking when I think about that. Because every time when I have like the small chicken wings and like the smaller drumsticks, they're usually already like flavored that I don't need to put anything on it, you know? They're usually either like the what is it, the lemon whatever? I don't remember who orders it. But yeah, there's always already a flavor to it, so I don't really need to do anything to it. I have a suggestion. Why would you bomb Canada? What did we do? The concept of region locking the conversation is so funny. I like Louisiana hot sauce. I never tried it. Actually, I never try most hot sauces because I have a baby's palate. But is it like different than is it different than, because I feel like it has the same like consistency as like Tabasco. Like it's very liquidy compared to like the hot sauce that I'm used to seeing. Like Asian hot sauce is more thick. So every time when I see a very liquidy hot sauce, I just kind of think of it like similar to Tabasco. Oh my god, I can't speak. You have to end stream. You're hurting my mental health. No. I don't know what you're talking about. Astra's the type to get concerned at baby. Hey, there was a point when baby powder was not good for babies, you know? There was like something in it. And then I don't know if it's like a worldwide thing or a Canadian thing. But yeah, they had to recall baby powder for a bit, you know? Chicken's chicken, yeah, but then there's certain chickens that you would dip in certain sauces, you know? Depending on like what flavor is on them. Making Astra try Taco Bell. Oh, what diablo? Yeah, no, I would die. You don't even need me to taste it. Me just smelling it, I'll probably die. Oh, speaking of like hot, like things that are spicy, like my siblings can eat pretty spicy things, but when we went on our Mexico trip, for some reason they're like the salsa is way more spicier than they thought it would be. Like I don't know what kind of like peppers they use, but apparently, yeah, my sister said it was really spicy, but it was a good spice. But yeah, they just weren't expecting it. I'm like, oh, okay, that's interesting. But yeah, so that's about spicy things. Maybe dry spices versus fresh spice made the difference. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Because it's like, yeah, I don't know what kind of what types of like hot peppers were made or used for like the salsas and like some of like the food. But yeah, my sister did say that it was spicier than she expected it to be. I'm like, oh, okay. I can't really tell you like if it was, because I would never try it because I'll probably die. But yeah. Alright, I told him it was I didn't do anything. But thank you for dropping by, Jesus. Hopefully the weather gets better. Oh, Pirate got resurrected. Must be my influence. You're resurrecting the power, I see. That makes sense. Go to the mirror, say Astra 3 times into it. What the hell? What am I, Bloody Mary? What are you trying to say here? Well, but think about it. That would be an interesting way to travel, though. Think about it. Someone just says your name 3 times and you get like an instant like portal to like a different country. Dang. Who needs to buy a plane ticket when you can just jump through mirrors? Oh, where's the rest of the pictures? I think this is all of it. Is that all the pictures? It is. Yes, that's all the pictures. I told you I didn't take a lot of pictures that are different. A lot of them were just like you know, sunrises and sunsets. And then I took a lot of like family pictures, but I'm not showing you guys the family pictures. That's kind of weird. But yeah, most of it is that. It's getting late. Oh my god, why is it so late? What happened? I didn't know it was this late already. We've been yapping for 3 hours. How did this happen? I forgot about the time. This is what happens when I'm like, I haven't talked in a bit with you guys. And I'm just like, yeah, let me yap away and then look at the time. How is it this late? Oh dear. Oh, if you think about it, Mexico. Oh, wait, let me... Who's that? I feel like every like culture has like their form of like a Bloody Mary. Oh my gosh, she's terrifying. From the first picture I see. Wait. Oh, the crying woman, weeping woman. Oh, bodies of water. I feel like bodies of water in general is where all the ghosts are. Let's be honest. Tragic death of drowning. GG. That's where all the ghosts, you know, get like created. You know, you have like Sadako from like the wells. Body of water, you can't trust it. What does Canada have? Good point. I don't know. What is a Canadian? You're asking the wrong person. I don't know. I'm like the worst Canadian out there. I don't even know much Canadian history. Oh my god. I'm like, what's the Canadian version of a Bloody Mary? And then Google gives me the drink. Because Canadians have a their version of a Bloody Mary, which we call a Caesar. And they gave me that instead of a actual like, you know, person. Which I thought was kind of funny. But yeah. Canadians are just alcohol. Maybe. I'm not a good Canadian, apparently. I think the lights just flickered at the same rhythm as the thunder. Oh dear. No, you should... Okay, I should release you guys now then. It is getting really late and it is like a Thursday night / Friday morning, depending on where in the time zones you guys are. It's a folklore, not history. That is okay, fine. You are correct. But I feel like every culture has something to do with like, you know, waters and vengeful spirits of some sort. Astra, it's good to have you back. Yeah, thank you for dropping by, Kizaru. Have a wonderful good night. Astra will single-handedly bring us into an era of historical Canadian PR. Okay, in all honesty, yeah, I'm not the best person to rep for Canada. Good night. Glad you had a nice week. Yeah, thank you for dropping by. Yeah, I'm glad I was able to chat with everyone. In all honesty, it's been a while. Thank you for sharing. No, thank you guys for dropping by. It's always nice chatting with everyone. Oh, what else? There was one thing that I wanted to say before I left. Now that I just remembered it now. I just have to say, I really do not like American bills. Your currency is so hard to like separate. I'm trying to give tips and I'm like, I'm worried that I have like 2 5s stuck together. Like, why is this so hard to separate your bills? And it's just like so flimsy. Like, I fold it once and it's already disintegrating. Why? The whole time I was on vacation, every time I had to give tip, I was just like, every time I look at the American dollar, I'm just like, why are you fighting me? Why won't you just do what I say so I can pay these people for their service here? Next time don't tip in US. But the thing is, it's like, it's a universal thing when you go on vacation, especially to these all-inclusive, because it's universal to use American. So it's like, I got that and it's just like, oh my god, why can't I separate these bills? But yeah, that's all I had to say the whole time I was on my trip. Every time I had to tip someone, I'm like, this damn American dollar, why would you not separate? We're bombing Canada. You mean you don't like losing $20 if you forget to check? Yeah, no, okay. And at the same time, they're all the same damn color. So every time I have to double check that I'm actually giving them a 5 and not a $20 bill. And it's just like, or like I have to make sure that if I'm giving them ones, I'm not giving them like, you know, 3 $5 bills, because they're all the same size and the same damn color. And just like, why? And just like, I have to like triple check every time. She doesn't get enough Benjamins. That is also true, but still. Or for colorful Monopoly money in Mexico. Also has, yeah, like it's so much easier at like a quick glance to know how much you're giving them. You know? Like, if all of them are green, it's like I have to triple check it to make sure I'm not giving you, yeah, like a 20. Instead of like, oh, okay, if it's like a blue bill, it's a $5 bill. Like in Canadian. And maybe I'm just too used to just color coding it that I'm like, okay, yeah. So every time I just see the green, it's like, I don't know what current, like, what, how much this is. If you don't want those extra bills, you can give them to me. That's not the point. It's like sometimes they're just too, they just stick together. We simply memorize the feel of our founding fathers' faces. Do they have different feels? They probably don't. But that'd be hilarious if you do. You're just feeling it. It's like, this feels like, I don't know who's on your bills. All I know is Benjamin Franklin's on like the 50, right? He's on the 50. Yeah. But you know, it's like, oh, okay, it feels like this guy. Okay, gotcha. Next time use your eye. No, but that's the thing. It's like, if you have to pay someone quickly, you can't do that because they're all the same and like the same color. You have to be like 100% sure you're not handing this dude like a $50 bill when you want to only hand him like a 5. She needs her hand held like a little baby. No, I'm just saying that it's inconvenient if you have to quickly pay someone. You still haven't sent me your birthday. What do you mean? I did send it. It got lost in the mail, is what it is. The only US in a different color is the 50. And is it a different color? I don't know. I didn't grab any of the really big bills. I only had 20s and like the smaller ones. Oh no, he's 100. Oh, he's 100. I don't know. I don't know who's on what. I can hardly even know what's on my Canadian bill. All I know is that the 20 Canadian dollar is the Queen's face. And I think the 10 is interchangeable. We've been changing the person that's on our 10 for the last couple of years. So like that is whatever. But I think the 5 is like prime minister of some sort. I don't know who's on our 100. It's some random dude. But yeah. I've been feeling on Washington. Oh my god, you just telling someone that, it's just like, what do you mean? It's so interesting because I never thought about how How I tell the bills apart. Yeah, maybe it's just like, yeah, from like someone who doesn't handle a lot of like American dollars. It's like it takes me a long time. It doesn't take me a long, but it takes me like a a couple of seconds to like, you know, figure out what's what compared to if I just look at like the Canadian dollars. Like I just, yeah, it's by color most of the time. I don't really think about it. And also the Canadian bills, they have braille on it for people who are who are blind, which is nice. So like how do blind people, you know, differentiate the American bills, because I'm pretty sure they don't have braille on it. So it's just like you're just setting up these poor people for failure here. They put braille on them, but why would they put on themselves when they can just you can just print it on them for them? That's so much work. You know? Why do you gotta make their lives so much more difficult when their lives are already, you know, difficult as is? Real, hello, how are you? A slight different shade of green. Is it? I don't know. I feel like they're all the same shade of green, in all honesty. I didn't really look that hard. They have a device that tells them the bills because it's their fault. That's such like a that's such a like a I don't want to say American thing because it's probably, you know, Canadians probably think that way too about other things, but it's not such a like a capitalistic kind of like mindset. It's like, you know, why do I need to do this for everyone else? While like sometimes it's just like, you know, if you're already printing them, might as well put it on there, you know. Glad there's braille on Canadian dollars so Astra can know the bills. I know, right? In case I can't tell my colors apart, I can just, you know, figure out by the dots. I don't even know which dots are what, but you know what I mean. In my country, the size and color. Yeah, okay. That's another thing with like some parts of Europe, like the bills are different sizes, which is like, it's good to be able to like differentiate them, but it's like, how do you keep them organized without losing like the smaller ones? You know, with them all being different sizes, isn't it like an inconvenience at the same time? Or like, you know, trying to like make sure you're not losing anything. Why make our money look ugly? Cause they're I fully believe you. I fully believe you are colorblind. Oh my god, go to bed. Okay, I will go, but I just had to get that off of my chest because every time I looked at like the American dollar when I was paying, it kind of irked me. So I had to get that off of my chest. Of all the properties to change the size is probably the worst one. Yeah, I feel like it's just like if they're all like different sizes, it's like a higher chance of losing one of them, you know? I don't know. Maybe I'm just so used to the way things are that I'm like, doesn't seem like it's convenient. Yeah, it can become a pain to get an I can see that too. Again, you won't want those extra bills. Send them to me. No, I will put them back into my bank. So next time when I need it, I will have it. Because right now, that currency exchange for Canadian and American is brutal. I didn't even pull out that much money, and it's like it cost me so much more. I had to pay an extra like 50 bucks Canadian just to get whatever amount American. I'm just like, wow. Canadian dollar, why you so cheap? Just no, I don't know what you're talking about, Jesus. Okay, I'm leaving now. Because literally we're going way over. Okay, I will leave now. We will talk more about my grievances with the American dollar next time. And you guys can enlighten me about why it is better than my colorful Canadian dollars. Besides the difference in current, like, you know, the power of it at the moment. But all right, everyone. Thank you for staying so long. Thank you for chatting with me. In all honesty, since I was gone for like a week and a bit, it felt really weird. Because it's like every time, like when Saturday hits and Thursdays, I'm always like, I'm missing something. It's like I get like a little bit antsy because I'm like, I feel like I'm missing something. This is weird. Having like all this, like this free time to do things, but I don't have anything to do. It's like a missing part of, you know, my day. So it's nice being back and being able to chat with everyone. It's a two-way Stockholm syndrome. Shh, we don't call it that here, okay? Thank you for yapping. Happy to hear your voice again. Yeah, it's nice chatting with everyone again. You missed us. You know what? In a very mutual way, I did. In a non-parasocial way, I did. Because it's like, I don't... Okay, I know I said I will be going, but I do have to say this. Like, I don't really think about it as often, but it was really weird how, like, when I was on my vacation, I was like, oh, I have to remember to tell, you know, chat this when I come back. And, like, there's all these, like, little things where I'm like, oh, this would be interesting to tell you guys about. So, like, my whole trip, there's always, like, these tidbits of, like, you know, I'm just doing my, you know, vacationing, relaxation, and this little thing in my head pops in. It's like, oh, I have to tell you guys about this. So it was interesting, but also like eye-opening about how like how much like I think about actually like streaming stuff, or like when I'm not streaming, how much I think about it, kind of thing. So yeah. Something ain't right if she's saying she misses us. She's trying to insinuate her way out of this one. She looks at the sky and her chat appears with our names there. Okay, no, I'm not that delusional. But there are moments where I'm just like, oh, I have to remember to tell you guys this. And I write it down and then I forget. Which then at the end it defeats the purpose. But you know what I mean. Okay, no. I shall leave you guys now. I will release you guys. Alright. Everyone, have a wonderful good night, morning, wherever you are in the world. Wait, she writes it down. I did? Actually, the only thing... I only wrote one thing down, and then the rest of it is just like, oh, I should write this down, and I never wrote it. What did I write down? I think it was something really stupid. It was like the first day I got to the hotel, and then I wrote it down. I'm just like, oh, this is something stupid that I wrote. Why? Where is it? Oh. Okay. Before I say what I wrote down, it may sound a little bit ignorant because maybe... How do I say this? Yeah, okay, it just sounds really ignorant. Because what I wrote was like, for people who live in countries that have all-inclusives, do you prefer to go to those or just have a normal vacation elsewhere? I don't know why I wrote that, because it's like, why wouldn't you go to all-inclusive? Because I like, my mindset is that it'll be more expensive. But if you're like a local, would it be cheaper to just go on like a normal vacation? But then maybe it answered my question, because some people that were at the resort were from other parts of Mexico. So that answered my question on like the third day there. But I wrote that down on the first day because I was just curious. Because, you know, Canada doesn't have any all-inclusives, and if it did, it'll probably be too expensive for me to go to. So I was just thinking, so yeah. Would people who live in like who live in places that have all-inclusive, like if you live in like Mexico or like in like Southeast Asia, would you actually go to these all-inclusive resorts, or would you like go and just plan out a normal vacation going to other places like Airbnbs and whatnots? Just go already? But that was the one thing I wrote. She actually has us in an infinite loop. I'm sorry. That was just a question I had, and it sounded really stupid now that I think about it. Great to see that you did take notes. It's funny that you say notes when it was only one, and then I didn't take any afterwards. The rest of them were mental notes that I forgot half of them, most likely. Okay, okay. I shall leave now. I am leaving now. I am going. I am leaving. Okay. For real though. Thank you everyone for dropping by. Thank you for the warm welcome back. I really do appreciate it. Enjoy your wonderful good night. Have an amazing Friday. And I'll see you guys on Saturday for Pokemon. I think that's what I wrote down. Yes, we will play Pokemon. On the OG Switch, because I probably won't set up the Switch 2 until maybe sometime next week, because I have to buy some stuff for it, aka like screen protectors and whatnots. All right, goodbye everyone. Thank you for staying so long. Really do appreciate it. Goodbye, bye, 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 bye. I have no choice but to give a warm welcome. It's the only thing this weather allows. All right, goodbye everyone. Have a wonderful good night. Good night everyone. Bye 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 bye.